Oh, they like. It's not going. This is going right. See no. என்ன பிரச்சனையா நேர விட வந்து செய்யணும் 11:30 ஆகுது. இப்போ ஓகே இது இப்போ ஓகே இதை காட்டும் ரிமூவ் வா 2 மணி அது முந்தி வந்து செஞ்சு கொண்டு இது இப்போ சரி Wait, bring me the printed copy. It's easier than the laptop. Right, listen. Right, good morning, everyone. Yeah, still 11:30. Good morning. Right, going to discuss 100 MCQs at a stretch. Okay. Hope it won't be boring, but you have to have like rough sheets or anything, a book or anything to write down every single thing what I'm telling. Right, that's the most important thing. Right. Okay. Right. And try to concentrate as much as possible. If you have any doubt, you raise your hand and you can ask me. Right. Okay, we'll start with the first question. Now, generally, I'll try to go as much as deep inside the theories, right? But with the time, we have to discuss all 100 questions also, right? Okay. Which of the following is a vector quantity? You know there are two quantities, right? Okay. Quantities, there are two types, right? Physical quantities, vector quantity and scalar quantity, right? Vector quantity and scalar quantity is there. Vector quantity, we explain it as any quantity which has a magnitude as well as a direction, right? As well as a direction. Actually, you can explain this using one direction properly. Now, for example, if you take speed is scalar or vector? Speed is scalar, right? Speed scalar. Does it have any direction? No. No direction. Sure. Right, one person is going from here to here, A to B. Okay, he can go like this. For this direction, is there any direction like this? Yes or no? Is this a direction or not? Is this a direction or not? Yes, it's. Is this a direction or not? Yes, it is. Is this a direction or not? Yes, so there are directions. It's got a speed, scalar or vector, but still scalar. Why? Right? If you can explain a quantity using a direction, that means exactly one direction. Okay, right? Sometimes you might miss these theories when you're doing. Right? In speed, there are so many directions, so I can't explain it using one direction. Right? Any quantity which can be described using a direction with a magnitude is known as a vector quantity. Scalar quantities might have more than one directions. Or there might be no direction. For example, time. Time is scalar. Is there any direction? Are we telling like now 11:30 northeast direction? Right? So that doesn't depend on the direction. Speed has lots of directions. right? So that I can't explain using one direction. Okay, no? So therefore, these kind of quantities we call as scalar. Scalar can be described using a magnitude only, right? That means it has a value, right? It has a value and it has a unit. Because any value without a unit, right, there is no any meaning. For example, if I ask you what is your age, you would tell, sir, 14. Is it kilograms? No, no. Is your age is 14 kilograms, right? If I ask you what is the length from this in this stage here to there, right? Okay, you might tell, like 5 milliliters, then and meters, right? So if there is that particular unit which gives a meaning, right? That entire thing is known as the magnitude. Okay, no? So that is the magnitude. So there is a number, there is a unit altogether. Harid, right? That's a vector, have direction, scalar, no direction, right? It's a good see now. Force is there, vector or scalar? Force, force, vector has a direction. So the force, a derivative of force is the weight. What means weight? Weight means what? Force towards the ground. Force towards the ground is known as what? Weight. Another. It's what we know that F is equal to ma, right? Okay, a person has a mass here, right? Put up mass like okay, this person has a mass, and this person is pulled towards the ground using the gravitational acceleration. Here, same mass is there, but acceleration changes to gravitational acceleration. Therefore, W is equal to mg. If force has direction, weight is also have a direction. Right now, what are the answers we have? Weight. Which of the following is a vector quantity? Weight. Yes, it's vector. Time? No, it's scalar. It has only magnitude, no directions. Speed has a lot of directions, so I can't explain using one direction. It's a scalar. Distance also same, right? Distance also same, right? No one direction. Answer is number one. Question number two. According to standards of binomial nomenclature, select the option. Right. Write down standard binomial nomenclatures. What are the laws? First thing, the name should be written in English. First thing, name should be written in English. Write down. Name should be written in English. Second thing, name can be Greek or Latin. Written in English should be name can be in Greek or Latin. Greek or Latin. Third thing, right? First words, first letter should be capital. Right? Here given is Gallus Lafayette. Right? Gallus Lafayette. Right? Valikugula. Jungle form. Right? See, first words, first letter only capital. Next point, other all letters are simple. Other all letters are simple. Other all letters are simple. Even the second word starting letter is also simple. And next point, when writing, the word should be underlined separately. When writing, words should be underlined. Words should be underlined separately. Separately. Right? Next thing is, when typing or printing, when typing or printing, the word or the letters should be in italic. The letter should be in italic, like this format, right? Right? But in the exam paper, don't write like this, okay? If you write like this, no, no, we wrote in Latin way, no, there is no Latin way writing, okay, no, right? So they won't give marks. They will give marks for this, not for this, okay? But when typing or printing, we have to use these letters, these format of the letters, but you can't underline. If they give the format in Latin, that means like italic format, right? Italic format, then you should not underline. Okay. So when typing or printing, the word should be in italic form, or we can call italicized. Italicized. Right. The answer is number 3. Answer is number 3. Next, third question. The gas which is used to produce margarine from vegetable oil. Margarine from vegetable oil is hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas. Right? About oxygen gas, what you can write? It is colorless, odorless, right? Colorless, odorless. Support of combustion. Oxygen is support of combustion. Right? Next, about hydrogen also same. The lightest, right? And colorless, odorless, and carbon dioxide, heavy. The gas is heavy. It got colorless, odorless, carbon dioxide, non-supporter of combustion. Non-supporter of combustion. Right? Nitrogen is the highest, right? Percentage wise, the highest in the atmosphere. Around 78 percentage of the environment is atmosphere is nitrogen gas, not oxygen. Right? Nitrogen 78 percentage, oxygen around 20 percentage. Right? Oxygen around 20 percentage, carbon dioxide very, very less. Right? This you have to know. Hurry. You can furthermore see those details in Markdown, grade 10, second book, 16 chapter, right? The last parts, production of gases. Take bala. Right. Which of the following seed is adapted for dispersal by wind? Now you know, I'll quickly tell you the thing, right? Some of you don't have any idea about the plant reproduction part properly. In sexual reproduction part, balagana quickly. Harada. This part, for example, you know, flower is the reproductive structure of the what? Plant. හරි ඕකේ බලන්න මෙන්න තියෙනවා කවුද ඕවරි ඊට පස්සේ බලන්න නැහෙනි මෙයා ස්ටයිල් එක මෙයා ස්ටිග්මා හරි inside this egg is there right so who is this ovary this one is style this one is stigma hurry all three together known as gynosium gynosium we can call pistil pistil. Harida, surrounding this, they have what? Androsiums are there, like this. Right? Androsium is there. This is we call as anther. Anther, this line is filament. Filament. Both together known as androsium. Androsium, also known as stamen. Stamen. Right? Inside this, they have pollen grains. Pollen grains are there. Then balanna, here sepals are there, stalk is there. Then after that, they have petals. They have petals. Right? They have petals like this. Okay, now it's the flower. Right? The flower structure. Right? Actually, what is the target of plant reproduction? Giving us fruit? No. Is it? ඒක තමයි. Harada, is the target of the plant reproduction is giving us fruits? No, what is the target? To produce a new plant. That's the target, so don't forget. Right? To produce a new plant. In order to produce a new plant, only the sexual reproduction is happening. Right? And to have new varieties. So what should happen is, I'll tell you quickly the process. These pollen grains are there now, these are like sperms. Right? Here, the egg is there. This is egg, or we can call ovum. Right? The pollen grain should deposit on the stigma, and one of the pollen grain will make a tube and come towards the egg, and it is joining with the egg. Is it clear? Once that pollen grain join with the egg, it makes the zygote. Right? The zygote quickly, right, converts into more number of cells and make the embryo, and then it start to form as like this. And මෙහෙමනේ ovary එක. Right? This is the ovary, no? Right? And here the ovum is there, it's getting bigger. Ovum is getting bigger. Egg is inside, the zygote is inside. This is the ovary. Right? So just think this is the ovary, this is the ovum. Harada. Okay. ඊට පස්සේ මොකද වෙන්නේ බලන්න this start to get a different shape. Just think now this is the mango tree. ඕම එනවා. අඹ ගෙඩියක් වගේ තියෙනවනේ. Right? ඕම එනවා. හරිද? හරි. Now what is happening? This ovary part becomes like this. Right? එතකොට middle egg part becomes like this. The zygote part. Now then what happens to the rest of the part? Petals will worn out. From this part, it will start to worn out. Sepals worn out, right? Only stalk is remaining. So because the fruit is heavy now, what happens? Fruit comes down. Now the stalk is here on the branch. So what actually becomes the fruit? The flower becomes the fruit. Flower becomes the fruit, right? Now what is happening is this one ovum is actually becoming what? Ovum becomes the seed. Ovum becomes the seed. Ovary becomes the fruit. The covering of the fruit is known as, right? Soul of manga is known as pericarp, right? Pericarp, fruit covering. Again, ovaries, wall. Wall of ovary becomes soul of manga. Okay? Wall of ovary becomes pericarp. This wall, this is wall. So what? Seed coat, the covering. Seed coat becomes what? Seed coat, right? Who's becoming seed coat? Ovules, wall of ovule, right? Ovum, ovule, egg, anything is fine, right? So actually, what happens to the flower? Flower's ovary becomes the fruit. Wall of ovary known as pericarp, the outer covering, right? The ovule or the egg or the ovum, after fertilizing, it becomes the seed. Its covering becomes the seed coat. Is it clear? Right. Now this is not the final target. The final target is somehow they need to send the seed away from them, from the mother plant. Why? Just think now, if a mango tree is there, if it produces the fruit, and if it throws the seed just below that, below the mother plant, will this new seed, right, be able to produce a new plant by getting nutrients? Just think sometimes if it forms, will it have enough amount of nutrients? No. Why? Mother plant would get all the nutrients, so the daughter plant will not get any nutrition, so it might die. For that, what they need to do is they need to throw these seeds away. Right? So they are using four agents. Four agents. One agent is us, animals. They use animals. We think like, they make fruits for us. They can carve the Colomban but it is their technique, strategy. If it's tasty, we'll go, we'll eat, we'll throw the seed away. So that's what they also wanted. So we'll throw the seed away. Or it can be wind. Some seeds, some seeds have wing-like structures. Dipteracabus zelenicus, right? Or vara. Those seeds has a wing-like structure. So when the seeds start to fall, they will like rotate and they have wings now, they will fly and go somewhere. So they are somewhere, somehow they want to go away from the mother plant. Next, like coconut. Coconut falls onto the water and it can float. Why? Inside there's a hole. Inside there's a hollow structure. If inside there's a hollow structure, nicely it can float. It will float like just think one coconut from India falls to the Indian Ocean, it comes to Sri Lanka. And in plants, things like that happened also. Right? That is using water to disperse the seed, to send the seed away. Right? And at last, sometimes rubber uses explosive mechanisms. Right? Suddenly it explodes, right? And seeds move here and there away. You can see rubber estates, like rubber trees are almost close by. Why? They explode, so the seeds are like almost nearby, but they still grow. Okay, so there are four agents, four types of dispersing mechanisms the plants are using to disperse the seeds away. Why? Because they want these new seeds to grow as new plants. එතකොට තමයි මෙතනින් අලුත් plant එකක් එන්නේ. We call seed germination. After seed germination, it forms a new plant. So what is the ultimate target of the sexual reproduction of the plant? To produce a new plant, not to give us fruits. හරි මේක තව interesting part එකක් තියෙනවා ඒකත් කියන්න. Right. Now you know the entire process no? First of all, depositing pollens. This is known as pollination. After pollination, makes a tube and go and meet the egg. That we call fertilization. After fertilization, the ovary becomes the fruit. Right? Ovary becomes the fruit. And the seeds need to disperse. So the next step is dispersal of seeds. After that, seeds will go to certain places and they will start to germinate from that place. We call seed germination. After new plant will form. Right? And like they use four mechanisms. What are the four mechanisms they use for dispersal of seeds? One is animal. The other one is other wind. Right? Dandelions you have seen. No? Dandelions also moving with the this thing. Right? Wind. And it's water. Fourth type is explosive mechanisms. Explosive mechanisms. Like that for pollination also they are using certain techniques. Right? Now pollination, now ලස්සන පොඩි රෝස පාට කැරලක් තියෙනවා මෙන්න හරිද බලාගන්න. Right? In pollination part, right? In pollination part, you know if they need more variations, හරිද? If they need more variation, same plants, male part, if they put pollens into same plants, female part, is it okay? එතකොට will there be any variation? No, no, same එකක් කියන දානවා. වැඩක් නෑ. Therefore, they have some other options. Right? To have more variations, they have some other options. Right? To avoid the self-pollination. So what is self-pollination? What is self-pollination? Just think one plant is there, that flower is there, this is the female part, this is the male part. Then move මෙයාට දානවානේ. Right? Okay. Deposition of pollen, matured pollens, right? Of same flowers into same flowers, what stigma. That is self-pollination. Then what is cross-pollination? Cross means, right? Echo same plants between different flowers. Just think this one's pollens are falling onto this one's stigma. Okay, no? This is one type of cross-pollination. The other type of cross-pollination is just think that මෙන්න මෙතන plant එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ අල්ලපු ගෙදර ආන්ටිගේ plant එක. හරිද? Okay, so two plants. One is my plant, the other one is අල්ලපු ගෙදර auntie's plant. Right? So the close by නිසා what is happening? These pollens can fall onto this stigma. Pollination. Right? So what is cross-pollination? Pollination between, right, two different flowers of the same plant, or pollination between two different plants, but there should be in same species. Now අඹ ගහයි ජම්බු ගහයි මේක වෙන්න බෑ. අඹ ගහ නම් අඹ ගහ, ජම්බු නම් ජම්බු. Right? Is that clear? හරිනේ? This is cross. Anyways, some have some adaptation to avoid the self pollination. Right? සමහර කට්ටිය මේ මම ඒ ලස්සන කැලලා බලන්න මේ. හරිද? Some people like this. The female part is here, same flower, okay? Male part is here. දැන් දැම්මට වැටෙනවද? නෑ. බිමට වැටෙන්නේ. වැටෙන්නේ නෑ. So can they fertilize? No, වැටෙන්නේ නෑනේ. එතකොට here female part is there, male part is there. දැම්මට වැටෙන්නේ නෑ. වැඩන්නේ. Right side. Right? Yeah, දැම්මට වැටෙන්නේ. හරිද? එතකොට sad. This we call as now here female part and male part is away. Right? So he is finding our anger, her co. So we call her co-gamy. Her co-gamy. Right? එතකොට එයා නෑ. Some are there. දැන් මේ ගිහලා බලන්න today. Okay? Grade 10 second book 14 chapter. Right? තව එකක් තියෙනවා මේ වගේ. See? මෙහෙම ඉන්නවා female part එක. Right? Female part is like this. Right? Male part is telling today bad, I had ready. Other bad. Other bad. He is turning to other side. I can't. එතකොට වැටෙනවද? නෑ වැටෙන්නේ නෑ. ඒක වැටෙන්නේ. Right? එහෙම නැත්නම් some days you know what happens. Right? He is saying I can't. Hello. කියලා. Right? Male part is okay. But female part out. හරිද? Go and find the names today, okay? And only you will understand. Right? Okay, so what is happening here? Sometimes female part turns away, right? Sometimes male androecium turns away. Okay, no? Hari. Saragaktino. Right? Saragaktino. Right? Here, female is butterfly size. Tama lokula make velane. Right? Males big ones. Right? Now, female part immature, male part is mature. Then dhammata wadak තියනවද? වැඩක් නෑ. වැඩක් නෑ නේ. බාලපරාද. හරිද? ඒක dhammata වැඩක් නෑ. You will explore payments, right? Right. Now, other option also there, right? Female is big one, me on loku එකෙනෙක් නා. හරිද? මෙයාගේ ලොකු උනාට මුංගේ වැඩක් නෑ. මුං පොඩි තාම. Right? එතකොට ඒත් වැඩක් නෑ. Okay, no? Right. So likewise, what they are doing is they avoid what? They avoid the self-pollination. Why they avoid self-pollination? Then only they can have new variations. Right? New variations. Like human, you see, right? Than marrying in Sri Lanka, you can marry someone in South Africa. Or you can go marry someone in Nigeria. Difference, are there? එතකොට තමයි අර new genes are forming like inheritance. ඒක මරු. හරිද? You try and see will right. No, you can. No. Recently I know one of my friend. He married one in yeah South Africa තමයි. නෑ හරි Nigeria හරි. Right? මරු ඉතින් කවන්න නැහැ. හරිද? Okay. Anyways, so they need to have more variations. Right? Okay. So these things are happening. Today you go and refer this part. Okay. Grade 10, 14 chapter. Right? Alright. Next part. Next part, we'll go to next question. Okay, for this one then, which of the seed are adapted to by wind? Ah, Vara. Vara, Vara. Right. Fifth one, what is the color of phenolphthalein in the basic medium? Basic medium. Harida. Now, phenolphthalein is an indicator. Phenolphthalein is an indicator. Indicator of what? To identify whether acids or bases. Now, we can't put our hand and identify no acid or base answer. Can't no. Just think like you, there's the two things in the laboratory, two beakers and two filled with acid and base. Right? Can you put your hand and see? You can put your finger. Finger will not come. Right? So you can't do that. So therefore you have to do something else. So what we do is we put indicators. Right? Simply I say here. So if you have two beakers, one is with acid, the other one with base, phenolphthalein indicator is there. If you put phenolphthalein indicator to a base, it turns into what color? Pink color. Pink penta. Pink base. Right? If you put phenolphthalein. But if you put acid, no any color changes. No any changes. Right? Here no changes. Here turns into pink color. With what? Phenolphthalein indicator. Answer is pink. What is the acid that used for, and for fifth one answer is 2. What is the acid that used for coagulation of rubber latex? What is coagulation? Clotting, clotting. Right? Now you know when we take rubber from the rubber tree, the resin rubber from the rubber tree, it's liquid. It should convert into a what solid. What they do is they add a weak acid, especially vinegar again, acetic acid. Especially adding acetic acid, CH3, right? That one. Other OLA, strong acid. HCl, strong. Why we call strong or weak acid? What is the strong acid definition? What is strong acid definition? Any substance which releases H plus ions by fully ionization in an aqueous medium. What is the general meaning of the acid? Definition of acid? Any substance which release H plus ions in an aqueous medium. If it happened using full ionization, it is a strong acid. If it happened using a partial ionization, it's a weak acid. HCl strong. HCl strong acid. HCl strong. So they have a full ionization. Single arrow. What happens? H plus and Cl minus. You have to put A cubes. Okay. H2SO4, sulfuric acid divides into 2H plus SO4, 2 minus. Another HNO3, we call nitric acid, full ionization, H plus, nitrate, NO3, 1 minus. CH3 cool separates partially into CH3 COO minus and H plus. Right? Okay, the answer is 3, acetic acid. Acetic acid. Note down anything you need, right? As you do the work. What is an amphoteric oxide here? Right? What? Which of the following is an amphoteric oxide? Like, see now, sodium with oxygen, magnesium with oxygen. Soon make the compounds, right? Aluminium with oxygen, right? Silicon with oxygen. Other. Phosphorus with oxygen. Sulfur with oxygen, right? Chlorine with oxygen. Make soon. Soon make the oxides. What is the valency of sodium? Sodium, how to take? What is the sodium group? Sodium group, huh? 1. First group now, what is the valency? 1 plus. Magnesium, which group? Second group, valency 2 plus. Aluminium, which group? Third group. Again, valency 3 plus. Silicon, which group? 4 plus. Phosphorus, which group? Fifth group. Again, a 5 plus. Right? 5 plus means what? If phosphorus remove 5 electron, it becomes 5 plus. Now tell me, than removing 5, gaining 3 is easy or not? Gaining 3 is easy. Bond can become 5 plus, but than that, what the easier thing? Getting 3 and become 3 minus. Sulfur, 6 group, again a 6 plus, can release 6 electron. Then giving 6, getting 2 is easy. So it can become 2 minus easily. Right? Chlorine, 7 plus, then that getting 1 is easy. So it can become 1 minus. Right? Okay, now what is oxygen value? What's oxygen value? Oxygen is, oxygen can take 6 plus or 2 minus. Both. Now tell me, when sodium is plus, can oxygen take 6 plus? Can't. I have told you no. Why? When you are doing ionic bonds, these are ionic bonds, no? When you make ionic bonds, one should be positive, the other one should be negative. And how to choose the negative? How to choose the negative valency one? Right? Why oxygen becomes negative? Why? With what criteria? With what criteria we mentioned that oxygen becomes negative? Which criteria? Huh? What is it? With what we choose oxygen as negative? Compared to sodium, oxygen becomes negative. Why? Why? What is the main reason? Electronegativity. What is it? Electronegativity. What is electronegativity? What is electronegativity? If there are two atoms and there's a bond, right? For one side, electron has more power to go. Why? Because certain atoms has ability of attracting electrons toward themselves. Ability of attracting electrons towards an atom is known as electronegativity. So electronegativity is high in people who can attract electrons. No? Again, chlorine, if you take, chlorine needs only one electron. So it can quickly attract the electron. Right? Sulfur can quickly attract the electrons. It needs two. Phosphorus, quickly it can attract electrons. It needs three. But if it's sodium, it has to attract 7 electrons. Not easy. So here electronegativity is very less. When it goes this side, electronegativity is very high. So who's the highest one? Fluorine is the highest one, 4.0. Oxygen, 3.5. Chlorine, 3.0 values. Highest is fluorine. So that we call, when going from periodic table left to right, electronegativity is increasing. Bottom to top, electronegativity is increasing. හරිද? එතකොට බලන්නේ නැයිනි oxygen takes -2 because it is the highest in the electronegativity. Now you can cross multiply. This is 1, this is 2, cross multiply Na2, oh, sodium oxide. Magnesium 2 plus, oxygen is 2 minus. Here 2, cross multiplication. 2 and 2 means 1 and 1. Mg1O1, magnesium oxide. Aluminium 3 plus, oxygen 2 minus. Here 3, here 2, Al2O3, aluminium oxide. Silicon 4, oxygen 2 minus. Here 4, here 2, going like this, Si2O4. Natam, you can cut this 2 here, 1 here, SiO2. Phosphorus and oxygen. Now tell me which I have to choose. Oxygen 2 minus or phosphorus 3 minus? Huh? Who is 3 minus? Phosphorus or oxygen? Wait, easy. Phosphorus or oxygen becomes 3 minus? Huh? Now quickly think about the periodic table and find who's having highest electronegativity. Oxygen the phosphorus the. Huh? Who's having highest electronegativity? Then how becomes phosphorus? Then how it becomes phosphorus? If oxygen has highest electronegativity, tell me the periodic table soon. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, neon. Right. Then sodium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, calcium. Highest one is fluorine. Highest is fluorine. I gave the numbers also. Right? 4.0. Oxygen 3.5. Chlorine 3.0. And I told you from here to here, this side, what is increasing? Electronegativity is increasing. From bottom to top, electronegativity is. Now tell me who is having highest? Phosphorus, the oxygen? Oxygen. Right? It's in the right side and top also. Right? Who will take the negative valency? Oxygen. That oxygen -2 now. Phosphorus, can you take 3 minus? Can't. Why? I told you ionic bonds happening between plus and minuses. If this is minus, this obvious should be plus. So we have 5. P2O5. Now tell me, right? Sulfur or oxygen has highest electronegativity. Oxygen, what is the oxygen valency? Whose valency is highest? Oxygen 2 minus another 6 plus another. Mukha den do mechanic manta. Who is minus valency? Who is positive valency? Soon tell me. Who is having the highest electronegativity? Oxygen. Why? If you compare sulfur and oxygen in the top. Top is highest electronegativity. Again, oxygen takes minus valency. Again, sulfur have take plus valency. Right? So the oxygen method 2, 6. Cross multiplication. You can cut this. SO3. Chlorine and oxygen. Right? Now oxygen should take 6 plus or 2 minus. Oxygen 6 plus or 2 minus. Chlorine, who is taking the positive value? Chlorine, oxygen. Why chlorine? Why chlorine? Now oxygen is here, no? Chlorine is here. Who's having the highest value? Oxygen. Why I gave no 3.5. Chlorine is 3.0. So highest is oxygen. Again, oxygen takes the 2 minus value. Chlorine takes the 7. Okay, then Cl2O7. Hope it is clear now for you all. Right? Okay. Now you know all the oxides. All these oxides. These are oxides. If you put water to these oxides, they become the solutions. Okay, no? Right. Then Baran, sodium oxide is the highly basic oxide. Right? Very strong base. Very strong base. Maya, weak base. Right? Okay. From this side will come. This is a very strong acid. This one, this one, strong acid. This one, weak acid. This one, very weak acid. So මෙයා කවුද? This is amphoteric oxide. Why? Because aluminium oxide can act as both acid and base. Right? If you put sodium oxide, right? If you put water to sodium oxide, this becomes sodium hydroxide, very strong base. If you put water to less one, magnesium hydroxide, weak base. If you put to this one, aluminium hydroxide, amphoteric. Right? If you put this one, what the name? H2SiO. Right? Weak. This one, H3PO4. You don't know these things. Right? Weak. H2SO4, strong acid. HClO4, what the strong acid. Okay, no? Right? So this is how the variation goes. Right. Then next question. Which of the following can be used as disinfectant? Disinfectant to kill infects or infections or anything like microbes. What? Chlorine. You know, in water, right? When they're purifying water, what they do? They add chlorine, little amount of chlorine, disinfectant. Hurry. Right. Next, which of the catalyst which used in manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact method. Now tell me first, what is a catalyst? What is a catalyst? Okay, a catalyst is like a home, like a teacher. Why like a teacher? Right? Now, if you know, don't tell me. If you don't know, try. Just think, I'm coming inside the classroom today with 98 percentage of knowledge. Just think, I'm coming into the classroom with 98 percentage of knowledge. Right? After giving the knowledge, I go back with 58 percentage of knowledge home. Right? After finishing the class, right? I go back with 58 percentage of the knowledge. Or like after that, I will give entire amount of knowledge. Right? I came with 98 percentage of knowledge. I gave you entire amount. Now what is remaining with me? Huh? Oh, you what is the remaining amount? Same 98. If I give you knowledge, will it reduce? No. Knowledge won't reduce. Meantime, now you came with some amount of knowledge with you. With end of this session, you will have some extra facts, you will have some extra knowledge, isn't it? Same thing you can study at home also, right? Isn't it? The same things you can study at home also, isn't it? Yes, you have the book, you have the past papers, you have all of these things. If you study, you can study. Now, what is the difference between you come to MCQ Marathon and you study at home? What is the only difference? If you do the same thing at home, you will get more time. You will have to spend more time to understand this. But if you come to the class, what you get? You get everything in a very short period of time. That means your study speed is increasing, right? For that, who's helping? A teacher in front of you is helping. So he gives the knowledge, but end of the session is remaining with the same amount of knowledge also. Catalyst is also like that, right? Catalyst like a teacher, the reaction is like a student. Reactions like student, right? Okay, so catalysts are there, right? They come to reactions, they speed up the reaction, and at the end of the reaction, they are not getting used. For example, starch converted into maltose by what? Starch converted into maltose using what? Amylase enzyme. This amylase enzyme is a catalyst. එතකොට starch can normally convert into maltose or not? Can convert. Right? What the amylase is doing? Speeding up this reaction. Right? Amylase speeds the reaction. එතකොට amylase is the catalyst. End of the reaction, will amylase remain as same or not? It will remain as same. Nothing will happen to the chemical composition. Sometimes like this thing happen. Amylase, if we just think, if I use as solid, sometimes it might change into the liquid or gas state. I'm just telling. This is not happening for this, okay? Some other things. Right? Again, they might change their state. If they change their state, is it a chemical change? No, it's just a physical change, right? Just think, water, even if it's a gas, it is H2O. Even if it is liquid, it is H2O. Even if it is solid, it is H2O. No matter the solid, the state changes, the chemical composition remains the same, right? When they come to a reaction, sometimes they can come as solid, but they can turn into liquid or gas. But that doesn't mean they have changed their composition, right? Now, just think, when I come to the class, I have the same amount of knowledge when going also, but I feel tired, right? But same me, right? It's not changing. Okay, state might change, but chemical composition not changing. Now, right here, for this is vanadium pentoxide. Vanadium pentoxide, answer is V2O5. Right? Go and refer grade 10, book 2, book 2, 17th chapter, table at the last page. Right? In that, other things also there are, relevant catalysts also there. So write down the catalyst definition. Catalyst means any substance, comma, which increases the rate of reaction, comma, without getting consumed without getting consumed at the reaction right? Now catalysts are there, some are chemical catalysts, artificial ones, some are natural ones. So write down, catalyst divides into two, right? Artificial, chemical, and other one is natural, we can call biological catalysts, right? Artificial, chemical, other one is natural biological catalyst. Under natural biological catalyst, write down, these are enzymes. So enzymes are biological catalysts, right? March 17th වලින් පස්සේ ඔයාලට ඕක අහන්න ඉඩ තියෙනවා, right? Your exam is on starting March 17. Science is on March 21st. හරි නේද? හරි. 10th monocot and dicot. Monocot and dicot comes under in which category? Flowering or non-flowering? Huh? Flowering plants. Flowering plants, you know, domains, three domains, one other. Archaea, Eukarya, Bacteria. Eukarya divides into four. Kingdom, Animalia, Plantae, Protista, Fungi. Animalia divides into two, no? Vertebrates, invertebrates. Vertebrates la Pisces, amphibians, reptilians, aves, mammalians. Invertebrates without backbones, Nidaria, Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Echinodermata. Hurry. It was say when you come to plants divide into flowering, non-flowering. Non-flowering divide into seed plants without no seedless plants. Right? Okay. Then you have examples. Seed plants, Cycas pinus, non-seedings. Right? Selaginella, Marcantia, those things are there. Hurry. Right. Flowering plants divide into two. Monocots and monocot coconut. Monocot coconut. මෙන්න මේක මතක තියාගන්න. හරි. Monocot coconut. Right? Other one dicot. Now monocot coconut means coconut has no branches, no? Any branching plant can be a dicot plant, like means mango, jack, anything. Right? Right. Now see from the beginning, I'll tell you quickly the difference. Monocot plants, their seed is there. No? From the seed, only one seed leaf will appear. One seed leaf. One leaf is arising from the seed. We call one seed leaf. One means what? Mono. Monocotyledon. One seed leaf. So dicot එකේ කීයක් තියෙන්න ඕනද? ඩයිනේ දෙකක්. Two seed leaves. Right? One seed leaf, two seed leaves. හරි. ඊළඟට බලන්න නයිනි the coconut tree. Coconut tree. What is the root system? What is the root system? What is the root system? One seed leaf. Root system එක මොකද්ද? Fibrous root system. මෙයාගේ right? මෙයාගේ මොකද්ද system එක? Tap root hari, lateral root hari, aerial root hari. Okay, no? Right? So two seed leaves. Right here, mainly tap roots. Other than that, aerial roots, lateral roots are there. Tap roots. Next, do they have branches? No branches. Right? They have branches like the Dehiwala branch, Panadura branch, okay? Have branches. Right? If you see the coconut stem is regular. Right? Regular diameter. Regular diameter. Right? This one, is it regular? No. Bottom width is high. When it goes top, what is happening? Right? When it goes to branches, they get narrow. So stem is wider at bottom, narrow at top. Okay, no? Difference again. ඊට පස්සේ බලන්න නෑනේ මේක. Right? They have leaves. Right? Leaves. Those leaves, if you see, right? Eagles are there, no? Eagles means veins. In a leaf, there are veins. Venous system, like our body vessels, they have veins. They take the water, xylem and phloem. Right? Those veins, you see, each vein is parallel to another vein. That means the leaf system is what? Parallel venations. Parallel venation. In grass, paddy, all of these palmyra, okomonatine, parallel venation. Parallel venation. Right? Mealage, if you take a plant leaf, right, what kind of venation is there? Reticulate venation. Right? Okay. Millions of venations are there. Right? Reticulate venation. So the mealage තියෙනවා reticulate venation. මෙතුමාලගේ parallel venation. Clear? Right? Parallel and reticulate venation. If you take a flower, right? Not only coconut, බලන්නකෝ, how many petals? 3 petals. Echo, they have 3 petals. නැත්නම් multiples of 3, 6, 9, 12, like that. We call trimerous flowers. Trimerous flowers. That means multiple of 3, the petals count. Mealata, echo, 1, 2, 3, 4. All multiples of 4 petals are there. Natam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiples of 5 petals are there. We call tetramerous, natam, pentamerous. Now, don't ask me. So, it's 12 are what? Trimerous, the tetramerous. By 4 times 3, no? You can see other structures. Branching on unbranching. Here, wait. You can see. Right here, tetramerous or pentamerous. Clear? Right? Now, have you ever seen a coconut tree grows like this? No, no, it's same size. But a banyan tree, right, near the Tumula junction, Colombo 7, you see patar size, that's right. Even Viharamadeva, those big ones, right? Okay, they become wider and keep widening until they die, right? So they have a secondary growth. These people, they don't have secondary growth. So no secondary growth. No secondary growth. These have secondary growths. Have secondary growths. If you cut from the middle, okay, so here you see, you cut from the middle. මෙහෙම කැපුවා. කපලා මෙහෙම බැලුවොත් හරිද? on seeing like this මෙහෙම බලන්න. හරිද? Here inside this you can see xylem and phloem but not in a proper arrangement. Right? Xylems and phloems are there, no proper arrangements. But if you cut this from here, right? And if you see මෙතන බැලුවොත් බලන්නේ නැහෙනි මෙහෙම බලනවා මම බලනවා හරිද එහෙම බැලුවොත් in that you can see a nice ring like arrangement we call cambium, right? In that we can see xylems and phloems in a nice arrangement. So this we call cambium ring, right? මෙහි phloems තියෙනවා මෙහි xylems තියෙනවා හරි. Okay, so here cambium present, cambium present, mehe cambium absent, no cambium, no cambium. Is it clear? Soon note down. 10 questions done. 90 more to go. Manitya ටිකක් speed කරන්න නේ. Reticulate, tetramerous, pentamerous. Right. 11th. In which of the okay, so 10th one, what is the answer? Monocot plants bear trimerous flowers, others with dicots. Hurry. 11th one, in which of the following instance does chemical change occur? Vaporization of water. Ne? Yeah, what is vaporization? Liquid water becomes gas water. Is there any chemical change in H2O? No, no change. Second, burning of firewood. Yes. When burning of firewood, combustion happens with oxygen. At last, what comes out? Carbon dioxide, right? And H2O, water vapors will come. Again, there is a chemical change. Third, melting of wax. Melting means what? Again, solid turns into liquid. So, last one, melting of mothball. What is mothball? Kapur ball. Kapur ball. Right? So, melting of mothballs, kapur balls. Right? Answer is number 2. 12. These middle questions I will go quickly, okay? Right. Who is the tertiary consumer in a food web? Right. First one is what? First one is producer. Producer in the Kautakanni, primary consumer. Next one, secondary consumer. Third one, tertiary consumer. Tertiary consumer. After that, normally food chains will not prolong than the tertiary. Quaternary and fifth one is not going. You know why? Because there's energy wastage. Energy wastage, they will ask this time in the exam. When producer produce just think 1000 joules of energy it produces, right? 90 percentage waste. Again, 900 joules waste. So is it going to primary producer consume only 100 joules? Only 10 percentage moves to the next energy wise. From primary, when it goes secondary, 90 percentage again waste. Again, 10 joules. From secondary, again 90 percentage waste. Again, this gets only 1 joule. Just think after that giving energy is not right actually. It's a waste. Hmm? Tertiary consumer. Producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. Okay, no? Right? Okay. So every time there is around 90 percentage energy waste when going to the next chain. Alright. Who is the tertiary one here? Plants primary producer, rats primary consumer, cat secondary consumer, hawk tertiary consumer. They have given a food web actually, right? Answer is hawk. 13. 13. Blood. If you have a sample of blood, listen. If you have a sample of blood, what is the color of the blood? Red color. If you get a sample of blood, okay, into a blood test tube, right? Blood is red color. But actually, if you put into a machine called centrifuge machine, this blood sample, where we get blood from? Veins or arteries? Huh? Veins, not arteries. Arteries have high pressure, right? So we don't take. Plus, arteries are deep. Veins are only superficial. You can see that like bluish color, greenish color. Okay, those are veins, right? Veins are superficial, so we get blood from veins. Listen very carefully. Red color. But if you put into centrifuge machine and rotate faster, blood is separating into two layers. Blood separates into two layers. Ekak tamai, the bottom layer will be the dark, deep red color, right? The top layer will be like kind of pale, white, pale, yellowish color. 55 percentage is pale yellowish color. Only 45 percentage reddish color, right? This 55 percentage part is known as what? Blood plasma. This one is known as corpuscles. Corpuscles, right? In blood plasma, literally, except blood cells and platelets, other everything is there in the blood plasma. Water, hormones, nutrients, oxygen gas, ions, like that, lot everything is there in the blood plasma, especially water. Corpuscles have blood cells. Three types of cells. මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? එකක් තමයි red blood cells. Other one is white blood cells. Other one is not cells. These are parts of cells. We call what? Platelets. Platelets. Clear? Platelets are not cells. They are leukocytes. White blood cells. Red blood cells known as erythrocytes. Erythrocytes. Right. WBC divides into two parts. What and what? Granulocytes and non-granulocytes. Okay. Non-granulocytes. Hare. Granulocytes divides into three. Divides into three. We'll take the cells like this. Non-granulocytes divides into two. Right. In granulocytes, there are granules. Right. Granules means mainly those are lysosomes. What are those? Lysosomes, because lysosomes have digestive enzymes, right? They can digest the particles. Haridhar, right? Then how to identify these cells separately? There are five types using their nucleus, right? Okay, here this is we call neutrophil. Neutrophil, right? Neutrophil. How many nucleus are here? How many nucleus? Huh? How many nucleus? Here the one. One. How many nucleus? One. Haridhar, neutrophil has one nucleus, but broken into three parts. Okay, no? Sometimes it can be two parts, sometimes it can be three, sometimes it can be four, sometimes it can be five. So the nucleus can be broken down into how many parts? Two to five parts like this. But they have connected. Second one is like a earphone. Headphone එකක් වගේ. මෙන්න මෙහෙම. It's like an earphone. The nucleus is like this. So how many nucleus? One nucleus divided into two parts. මෙහෙම මොනවද? eosinophil. Earphone එක වගේ. Other one is like a B shape. Like B. එයා කවුද? එයා basophil. Basophil, like a kidney shaped. Right? This fellow also like kidney shape තමයි. මෙයාත් kidney shape, basophil also kidney shape. How to differentiate both? This has granules, this has no granules. මෙයා කවුද? Monocyte. This has a polar nucleus. We call lymphocyte. Lymphocyte. Another name is there. Plasma cell. Plasma cell. No doubt. Okay, now tell me what is the answer. They are asking non-granulocyte and granulocyte separately. What is the answer? Monocytes and basophil. Answer is number 4. Answer is number 4. 14th question. The number of lone pair electrons around oxygen atom in water molecules. You know. Actually, in cycle revision, we have discussed all these things, right? Some missed parts, I'm recovering with you here, right? Hurry. H2O, oxygen here, H here, H here, here, here. Okay, now 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 around oxygen. Hydrogen again, 1, 2. Here, 1, 2. So how many lone pairs? 1 pair, 2 pairs. So 2 lone pairs are there. Answer is number 1. 15th. On a certain day in Norelia town, the daytime temperature was 16, nighttime temperature was 4. Daytime 16 degrees Celsius, nighttime 4 degrees Celsius. What is the temperature difference between day and night in Norelia? In Kelvin. I have taught you in heat chapter. Neither. Celsius difference and Kelvin difference is same, equal. Right? Again, here difference is here the 12 Celsius. That means Kelvin difference also 12. Right? Answer is number 1. What is the number of double bonds in isoprene molecule? Isoprene means rubber monomer. Monomer of the rubber. Okay, no? Natural rubbers, monomer. Monomer means like the monosaccharides. Now, for example, polysaccharides made out of monosaccharides. So, monomer is monosaccharide. Proteins made up of amino acids. So, monomer is amino acid. Right? Then, lipids made up of fatty acids and glycerol. So, monomer is fatty acids and glycerol. Nucleic acid made up of nucleotides. Monomer is nucleotide. Evage, rubber is made up of isoprene molecule. 2 double bonds are there. Go and refer grade 11, chapter 14. That part is there. 17th question. Put a star mark and keep this question. Huh? Kamal works in a glass factory. Glass factory ke like he is working with what? Silicon dioxide. Why? Glass made up of sand. Sand means silicon dioxide. Glass factory for a long period of time. In a medical test, it was revealed that his lung tissues are getting deteriorated gradually. What is deteriorated? Destruction, destroying. Deteriorated gradually occurs in one disease. Deterioration quickly happens in another disease. Right? Okay. So deteriorated gradually. So they're asking what is it? Silicon dioxide. Now, what is the disease? Silicosis. Right? Lungs getting deteriorated gradually. Anitya kena kauda? Asbestosis. Asbestosis comes due to asbestos dust. You know what is asbestosis? In roofs, now only concrete no slabs, right? Earlier days, before, like after this one, ulu kata, after those, it came sheet, no? Sheet, rhino sheet, ara sheet, may sheet, kela sheets. Those sheets are what sheets? Asbestos sheets. So when making the asbestos sheets, they are using asbestos powder. People who are working in these industries, in asbestos sheet production industries, right? We call asbestosis. They will get asbestosis when they inhale that dust, right? What happens? Their lungs getting deteriorated. Here gradually, here quickly, gradually here quickly. So lungs getting destructed quickly here in asbestosis condition. Put a star mark and keep. Right? Bronchitis means inflammations occurring in the bronchus and bronchioles, right? Gastritis means inflammations occurring in the inner lining of the stomach wall, inflammations occurring in the inner lining in stomach wall. Silicosis, I told you, answer is silicosis. 18th one. Asexual reproduction, right? A large number of offspring is produced in short period of time. Large number of offspring produced in short period of time in asexual, like Hari, right? Example, tissue culture. In tissue culture, what happens? Right? You take one tissue, right? And you cut into so many pieces, you grow so many plants. Very easy, no? Hari. So answer is number one. Meiosis, sexual reproduction. Gametes produced, sexual. What are gametes? Sperms and eggs. Okay, sex cells, sperms and eggs. Alright. New species with better adaptation to environment produce sexual. Variations occurring sexual. Alright. Answer is number one. Then one last question. Focal length of a mirror is 30 centimeters. Right? Focal length of a mirror is 30 centimeters. When an object is kept on the principal axis of the mirror, the image formed by the mirror is real size is equal to size of the object, same size. They are asking the distance from the mirror to the object. Right? If you take this as a principal axis, Harida, just think I am keeping the mirror here, right? Make a mirror. Hurry. So concave mirror concave mirror. You know that here if I take focal length, center of the curvature is where? It's exactly equal length again, center of the curvature is there. Actually, if you draw the mirror like a circle, right? Mema draw karo tehema. Harida. C is the middle. Right? When doing that, I told you, balana vidhi hukum kills nane. Mema draw karama. Right? Here if you take, this is the center of the curvature. Right? If you take this as the what mirror concave now, this one is the focal point of that. Right? If you take another mirror like this, right? Okay, this is a convex mirror. So what I mentioned is my focal point of that. Clear? Right? You have to understand that with the curve side only you get the focal point. Right? You know exactly if you keep on C the object, on C, you will get the same size image. Balan, right? How many lines we have to draw to identify this? How many lines? 3 lines. First line is top of the object towards the mirror. Palaveni line maker. Maker. Second through focal, right? Through focal. This is the second line. Now where my eyes should be placed? The left or right side? Left or right side? Right. Why? Right? There's no purpose of staying behind the mirror. You can't see anything. Okay, so I should place here. Right. Second line is okay. What is the third line? Top of the object through the center of curvature. Top of the object here, center of the curvature here. So draw the line. Image will form here. Image will form here. Right? They are telling focal length is 30 centimeters. What is the distance between object and the mirror? That is 60 centimeters. Right. A diagram of muscle tissue is given below. Which is correct one? Harder. Ek easy. Skeletal, cylindrical. Skeletal, cylindrical. Smooth spindle. Skeletal, cylindrical, elongated, striates are present, multinucleated. Another? Cylindrical, elongated, right? Striates are present, striates present, right? Striates means you know what? You know that when you're studying grade 10 first chapter, we are telling muscles are made up of actin and myosin protein. Actually, actin and myosin proteins are like fibers, right? Like this. Now, when we stretch a muscle, when we expand the muscle, actin myosin comes like this. When we compress the muscle, actin myosin goes like this. So there's an overlap, right? So when you compress the muscle, there's an overlap. That's why bicep or triceps becomes enlarged. Again, when you stretch it, comes to normal. But no matter what, there is an overlap always. This overlap makes a dark line in the muscle that we call striates. Right? So actin myosin overlapping area is known as striates. Harada, striates present. Say lots of nucleus are there in one peripheral region. So we call multinucleated. Multinucleated. And also skeletal muscles you can control. Again, voluntary. Voluntary, you can control. Right? One example is tongue. You can control the tongue. Again, tongue is skeletal. Hand muscles, leg muscles, wherever the places you can control, they have skeletal muscles. Right? Skeletal muscles. Next one, smooth spindle. Smooth spindle. Only one nucleus in the middle, we call mononucleated. So smooth spindle, elongated the neck, short, right? Striates the no striates. No striates. How many nucleus? Mononucleated. Mononucleated. And we can't control. Hence we call as involuntary. Involuntary. Cardiac muscles only found in heart. Cardiac only heart. Cardiac muscles are short, they have branches. Right? They have branches. Oh, branches, Tina. Right? Like this. Also, they have striates. Striates are there. Right? Also, they have a special structure called intercalated disc. Intercalated disc, Tina. Because they are working 24/7 until you die. Working 24/7 until you die. That means cardiac muscles need to have more strength to give that support. Intercalated discs are present. right? It was a one nucleus in one part, again a mononucleus, right? Area branched, short, striates present, mononucleated, right? Then ICD present, then involuntary. Involuntary. What is this? Cardiac muscle? Involuntary. Answer is number, right. Mark down. Hmm? Striates present. Multinucleated. Multinucleated. Lots of nuclei. Right, man? Right. Anyone can answer that? Ingi. Ingi. Ayan Ingi. Available. Right. Next. What is the pressure exerted by water at a point located 2 meter vertically down? Right? Below in a lake. Density of water is given. It's easy. Right? Normal pressure, what is the formula? P equal F over A. Right? Liquid pressure, what is the formula? P is equal to H rho G. Right? About liquid pressure, I'll tell you certain things. Okay? Liquid pressure depends, right? Depends only on height of the water column. Right now, liquid pressure depends on height of the water column, inside brackets, not area, right? Height of the water column, not area. Second thing, liquid pressure depends on the density of the liquid. Density of the liquid. Then liquid pressure depends on the gravity. That means if you go to Jupiter, pressure is different, right? Or Saturn or Mars, pressure is different, right? That means P is equal to H rho G. Lipids, liquid pressure depends on height of the water column, not area, right? Second thing depends on the density of the liquid. Third thing depends on the another gravity, right? Okay, gravity of the now is Earth, no gravity, right? Next thing, liquid pressure can be transmitted from one place to another place through a liquid. Liquid pressure can be transmitted from one place to another place through a liquid. Right, grade 10 part, I told you that. Right, liquid pressure can be transmitted from one place to another place to a liquid. Next thing is liquid pressure is same at the same levels. Liquid pressure is same at the same levels. හරිද එහෙනම් මට කියන්න බලන්න මේක right. Okay, I draw certain things like this, right? Point A, point B, point C, right? Which point's pressure is highest? A or B or C? Huh? Why? Okay, same. Why it is same? Because I told you pressure depends on what? Height, density, and gravity. P is equal to H rho G. Okay, again depends on the height. Okay. Second thing, if I put any other liquid, example like this, a YouTube, right? I fill this side with water, whatever, kerosene or something. I fill this side with water, right? Obviously, there will be separation. No? Just think here it is separating. This is water, this is kerosene, right? Now tell me, at this point and this point, right? At this point and this point, is the pressure is equal or different? Huh? Equal or different? This point and this point. Huh? Equal or different? Equal. Why? Here also atmospheric pressure, here also atmospheric pressure. At this point, only here, okay, up. At this point, pressure of water, pressure of kerosene. Now what you can tell? Now equal or different? Equal. At same level, liquid pressure is equal. If you want to get this pressure, do you want to find height from here to here or height from here to here? A or B? A or B? You want to get the PK pressure. You want to get the height of A or height of B? Height of A. Because pressure is a feeling. Is it vector? This one scalar? Pressure is vector or scalar? Pressure is a feeling. I feel pain in northeast direction. Pressure is a vector or scalar? Scalar quantity, no direction. Right? Okay. Listen. Height here, for this height of liquid, what is the pressure felt at this point? So pressure feeling at bottom places, right? At the bottom. So here pressure due to this height. Here pressure due to which height? B height or this height? This height. Is it clear? Right? Because this is water, right? Just think this like 20 centimeters, 2 meters, 2 meters, this height is. So what P is equal to H rho G. Height is 2 meters, density is 1000 water, gravity is 10. What is the value? 20,000 pascals. And this point's pressure is also same, no? So what P is equal to H rho G. This is 20,000. If I want, I can find the height. Density of kerosene will take like 800. Here 10. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 20 divided by 8 is equal to height. Okay, no? Right. If you divide by 4, here 5, here 2, 2.5 meters. Is it clear? So this becomes 2.5 meters. You can find the height. Okay, no? Right. So likewise, you have to understand this is where same level pressure is equal. In same level, pressure is equal. May I right? Height is the dependent factor for the liquid pressure. Another with the one thing I told you, if you take a syringe, right? Take a syringe, and here you give a force. You know, pressure is equal to the perpendicular force applied on a unit area. If you apply a force onto this area, it produces a what? Pressure. Is it clear? Produces the pressure here. Are producing a pressure? So I told you another one statement. What? Liquid pressure can be transmitted through liquids, right? Here pressure transmitted until here. That means here pressure and here pressure is equal. Equal. Here this release a force and there is an area according to that. Clear? Okay, no? Right? So likewise, now here if you want to find the pressure, what you do? P equal F over A, you find the pressure. And that pressure will be equal to this pressure. Right? And then if you want to find area, you can find, or if you want to find the force, you can find it. Right? Same scenario used in hydraulic jacks and yeah, even heists. Right? Okay. Next. Okay, make answer. There are pond is there, a lake. Here water 2 meters. P equals H rho G, height is 2 meter, density is 1000, gravity is 10. Value here the 20,000 pascals. If not 20,000 Newton per square meter. Both correct. Is they given the MCQ? 1 pascal equal 1 Newton per square meter. That is correct. Right. ඊළඟට බලන්න Amali's skin is dry and blisters have appeared on her knee and elbows. Blisters patches on the further, beetle spots are in her eyes. Again, eye problem and skin problem. From which of the following? Hurry. A for eyes and skin. A for eyes and skin. If A is there, eyes and skin will be healthy. If A is lack, there will be deficiency symptoms. Are there? So A for eyes and skin, B for beriberi and anemia. Beriberi කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Wounds occurring in both sides of the mouth. Wounds. Beriberi. Beriberi. Next anemia. C for scurvy and what? Internal bleedings. Scurvy කියලා කියන්නේ bleeding from the gums. Bleeding from the gums. C for scurvy and internal bleedings. And C is helping for wound healing also. You know, whenever doctors prescribe any medicine, at last they are putting vitamin C also. Right? It increases the wound healing processes. Correct? Right. See, D for rickets. D for ricket. Ricket means deformities of the bone. Right? Those deformed bone people. Right. Recall rickets. Right. They can't play cricket. All right. Next thing, A, B, C, D. Then E. E for antioxidant. E, antioxidant. And in females, premature births occur. Premature births. If lack of vitamin E, premature birth occurs. Right? Vitamin E is having antioxidant effect. It was a K for clotting, blood clotting. K for blood clot. If lack of vitamin K, blood clot will not form or sometimes it get delayed. Alright. A, D, E, K, addict. A, D, E, K. These 4 types are lipid soluble vitamins. Lipid soluble vitamins. Right? B and C, water soluble vitamins. If you put vitamin B or vitamin C into mouth, it will quickly dissolve. That means water soluble. Right? B, C water soluble, headache, lipid soluble. Generally, vitamins are organic compounds. Organic compounds. Which of the following statement is false regarding photosynthesis? Photosynthesis can be done artificially. Yes or no? Huh? Artificially karana puluwan da bැරිද? As usual, I will ask. Under this light, can we do photosynthesis or not? Under this light, cannot do. Can't. Can නම් අතුසන් කට නෙවෙයි අත. Can. Can't. Under this light, can we do photosynthesis? Who's telling can't? Yeah, obviously we can do. We can do. Photosynthesis will happen. What is the photosynthesis equation? Carbon dioxide plus water under sunlight and chlorophyll producing glucose and oxygen. Right? 6 carbon dioxide, 6 water, 6 oxygen. Right? Listen. Now, sunlight means a free form of energy. Actually, what the photosynthesis need is light energy. It is given by sunlight, it's a different thing. Free now. Right? Mainly photosynthesis need. Now, you know white color means rainbow colors. No? 7 colors. Vibgyo. Vibgyo again, photosynthesis mainly need blue color and red color waves. In waves chapter, 4th chapter, I have told you. Right? Blue and red color waves. So, blue and red color waves coming from this light also. That is what necessary for photosynthesis. Can I do this process under this light? Yes. Now tell me, photosynthesis can be done artificially or not? Can't. Right? It's got a light making puluwanne. Then how? Okay, listen. This is an external factor. Light is an external factor. Photosynthesis is a process, a natural process. It's a natural process. Now it should happen inside a plant. Now just think, I have a beaker. I put some carbon dioxide. I put some water. I put some chlorophyll, and I keep it under the sunlight. I make a glucose another. Right? Nah. Because this process should happen inside a plant. It's a natural process. Okay, no? Right. Photosynthesis can be done artificially. Right. Solar energy or this light energy, right, entering into glucose. Right. So energy is storing in the bonds in the glucose. Right. So this is a chemical. So energy which is stored inside the chemical is known as chemical energy. So what is happening? Solar energy converts into chemical energy. Second statement is correct. Third, oxygen gas produced as byproduct of photosynthesis. Correct. Glucose produced during photosynthesis is temporarily stored in plant as starch. Yes or no? Once the glucose produced, quickly converts it to starch. Right. Answer is number 1. 24. Now I told you earlier. We don't know earlier. Flower. Our answer is A is stigma, E style, D ovary, C anther, B filament. Answer is A and C. Answer is number 1. ඊළඟට බලන්න පින්කි, there are 2 cups, right? Q cup and P cup, right? Q is there, P is there, right? Now they are asking, you know, heat chapter, we didn't know this part. Okay, so they are going to put hot water and cool water. They are asking, right, in which cup they want to put hot water, which cup they want to like put in the beaker with hot and cool, the other one, right? Hurry. Now you know that one thing, if you provide heat energy, particles are there. Oxygen hurry. Nitrogen hurry. Those particles are there. Now you know when anything gets energy, they move fast. Very simple example. If you go and accidentally you are sitting on the photo table in the shop, right? Next moment, like run, better karna. You are running because you get heat energy. Are there? Right. So when anything gets heat energy, you start to move faster. In solids and liquids also, what is happening? When they get heat energy, when anyone get energy, they move faster. Vibration is happening faster. When vibration happens faster, they expand. Again, when anything gets heat energy, they expand. They expand. When you put hot water here, this will expand. And when you put cold water here, this will compress. Now we can't see that compression, tiny one. Okay. So small compression, small expansion. So nicely you can remove. So here hot water, here cold water. What is the answer? Two. 26th question. Consider the following statements made by a student. Cinnamon oil can be extracted from cinnamon leaves by steam distillation. Distillation three types. Another, right? Simple distillation, steam distillation, fractional distillation. Are you there? Right. Simple distillation is easy, no? Right? You heat some amount of water and the steam will come, right? Water vapors will come as steam. You collect that steam and make it a liquid again. That is distilled water that you can do for well water or some any kind of water. Just heat it, take the water, collect the water vapors separately. That is distilled water. Steam distillation, you can't directly heat leaves and flowers. They will damage. Therefore, what you do, you heat water separately, so the steam will come. You mix the steam and the leaves. So, because of that heat energy, fragrance chemicals will dispose out. Right. So, likewise, you can obtain the essential oils. Right, in the third mixture chapter I told you very clearly, right? So that is steam distillation. So cinnamon oil, right, lavender oil, peppermint oil, no, any kind of oil can be extracted, right? Third is fractional distillation, very important part, right? Now where we get petrol from, right? Where we get petrol now, you go to Dubai or Saudi Arabia and you think like they are having petrol and diesel. What do you do, right? Oh my god, right? This should be petrol ke liye jaage na, you're digging a well, so that is petrol. Another place you go and dig a well, that is diesel, eh, mother? According to your intention, that comes, right? Yeah, right? No, whatever, like whenever you dig a well, here it's water. In those countries, it's crude oil. Crude oil. Inside the crude oil, tamai, the petrol, diesel, tar means not duck, okay? The butamin, that tar, jet fuel, this fuel, other fuel, even your gedra use karna LP gas, everything is there inside the crude oil. So how they separating? Separating is fraction. They put into a fractionating tower. First of all, they get the crude oil, then heat very well. If you heat the oil very well, what happens? That becomes a gas. You think they are making it up to 1000 degrees Celsius. Now it's a gas put into a column, and they maintain every separate part in different temperatures. Can no can't? Can no? Now just think I can separate this compartment into several compartments and put different amount of AC temperatures. Can here 16, there are 14, there are 12, there are 8. I'll go for a fridge. Can no? So likewise, I can separate compound like that. They are making a tower and having different temperatures in different compartments. Just think here 20 degrees Celsius, here 70 degrees Celsius, here 120 degrees Celsius, here 300 Celsius, here 400 Celsius, here 500 Celsius. Separate. Now what is happening? They take the crude oil and heat it very well. If they heat, what comes out? Gas comes out. So they send the gas from inside. When the gas going 1000 degree becomes 500, no? Now when 1000 becomes 500, some of the particles, some of these oil particles might get liquid form. Neither, right? Those liquid particles, what they are doing, they separate. Again, the gas particles going up. Again, when gas particles goes up in 400, some amount of particles get liquid. They get out. Right? They keep something like this. So they send it out. Again, remaining air particles, they send it up. Right? So gas particles will come up, some parts becomes liquid, they take it out. In different temperatures, what they do, they separate different liquids and take them out. Is it clear? Right? මෙතනදී ආයෙත් ගන්නවා ඔහොම they take the liquids out separately. Right? And after they're getting in different temperatures the liquids out separately, what they do is they give a name for each liquid. Right? They give a name for each liquid. First of all, when it comes around 500 degrees Celsius, this they call as butamin. That liquid's name is butamin. This liquid's name might be ship fuel, jet fuel. This one is another one, monoharika. This one is we call kerosene. Kerosene. 70 degrees Celsius, what comes? Petrol. That liquid's name is petrol. Right? They hear something will come. Right? End of that, some gases will remain. Right? They put this gas into the gas cylinders. Shell shell gas. Litro, monoharika. Right? They fill in here. So what is it? LP gas, liquid petroleum gas. This is how they are nicely separating. We call in fractionating towers, they are doing the fractional distillation. In mixtures chapter, you might have studied this, but at least now did you understand process? This is fractional distillation. Now read. Cinnamon oil can be extracted from cinnamon leaves by steam distillation. Yes. Petrol can be obtained from crude oil by using fractional distillation. Yes. Distilled water can be obtained from well water by using simple distillation. Yes. Answer all correct. Which of the following reaction is a neutralization reaction? Any reaction which forms water at last is a neutralization reaction. Like there only one reaction is there. Third one. Sodium hydroxide plus HCl makes sodium chloride plus water. Right. 28. Chemical formula of carbonate of an element M is M2CO3. Then පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන මේක. Right. M2CO3. What is the formula of the chloride of M? Right. Right. M2CO3 means cross multiplication of ionic bond. How M2 comes? M2 N1 here should be 2, isn't it? M2. CO3 only 1, no? Anyhow, this is 1. That means CO3 is a 2 minus ion, M is a 1 plus ion. එතකොට බලන්න M1 plus is there, chlorine is what? 1 minus. So 1 here, MCl. Answer is MCl. 29 is a very good question. Right. What is the number of oxygen atoms in 22 grams of carbon dioxide gas? Very small question, right? But lots of theories here. But it's easy, right? Carbon dioxide in 22 grams. They are asking how many oxygen atoms. Now tell me first. In one carbon dioxide molecule, one carbon dioxide molecule, how many oxygen atoms are there? Two atoms are there, 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, no? In one carbon dioxide molecule, right here 3 atoms together, 1 carbon atom, 2 oxygen atoms. So how many oxygen atoms? 2 oxygen atoms, right? Now what is the molar mass of carbon dioxide? How to find the molar mass? Carbon 12. Oxygen, 16, 16. Altogether, here 44. What is the unit? GMOL minus 1. What is the meaning of GMOL minus 1? 44 grams per mole. 44 grams in 1 mole. Okay, no? In 1 mole, 44 grams. Or in 44 grams, 1 mole. This is for carbon dioxide molecule. Right? 1 carbon dioxide molecule is 44 grams. Right? 1 mole. Oxygen count. Right? 1 mole of 1 molecule. Oxygen kya another 2 atoms. Okay, no? Right? Here 1 molecule, here 2 atoms. 1 molecule like 2 atoms. So in 44 grams of carbon dioxide, 1 mole of molecule means how many moles of atoms? 2 mole of atoms. Is it clear? That is clear, no? Right? Okay, carbon dioxide 1 molecule, 44 grams per mole means 44 grams in 1 mole. Right? Okay, 1 mole of carbon dioxide means 2 moles of oxygen atoms. 2 of that. 1 here, 2 here. Right? Okay, then mata kiyanda 22 grams nang how many carbon dioxide moles are there? 0.5 moles. If 0.5 moles are there, how many oxygen atoms are there? 1 mole of oxygen atoms are there. 1 mole of anything is equal to another 6.022 into 10 to the power. Answer is number 2. 3 properties of a particular element are given below. Occurs in crystalline as well as amorphous form. What is crystalline? Like sugar crystals, salt crystals, crystalline. Amorphous means powdery form. There are 2 elements mainly. Eka carbon and ekna oxygen. Carbon, graphite, diamond, crystalline forms. Right? Carbon charcoal, amorphous form. Powder vena, cadu. The other one is sulfur. Right? Both forms. Next, insoluble in water but very soluble in carbon disulfide. CS2, carbon disulfide. Right? Sulfur and carbon very soluble in carbon disulfide, not soluble in water. If you put diamond into water, will it dissolve? No, no. Right. Burns with a blue color flame in the air. If you apply sulfur to something and if you burn it, it burns with nice blue color. Right? According to the element type, it has different colors. For example, barium, like nice apple blue, apple green color will come with barium. Right. Anyways, this one is sulfur. Right. 30 questions done. So note. Right. Next one. Listen. 31st question. Is also increasing. So if normal reaction increases, friction also will increase. So friction is depending on the normal reaction. Just think there are two boxes. One is tiny box, other one is a big box. In the big box, I will put a tutti patik. Right? In the tiny box, I will take these two fellows and multiply order. Okay, no? So these two fellows in that tiny box and the big box, the small kitty. Now, which one is easy to pull? Big one or small one? Obviously, big one. So, no matter of the size, right, or no matter of the surface area, right, what matters? Nature of the surface and the normal reaction matters, not the area. Even it's a tiny box, more weight now, difficult to push. That means friction is high. Okay, no, right. Therefore, friction is not depending on surface area. So, what is the answer? What is the answer? Limiting frictional force between two objects with rough surfaces in contact depends on the normal reaction and the nature of the contact surface. Answer is number 2. Next one, gravitational acceleration on the moon, right, is 1/6 of the Earth. You can do this one easily if you draw, right? See, this is Earth, this is Moon, right? Okay. Now this is Mr. India, right? Wherever you go, whatever you do, your mass is constant. ඔයා කොහේ ගියත් කමක් නැහැ, right? ඔයාගේ mass එක කීයද? Constant. Right? Here also mass is 60 kilogram. It's not changing. This is Earth, this is Moon. In Earth, gravity is equal to 10 ms minus 2. In Moon, gravity is 1/6 of Earth. Earth can 10. Of means multiplication. Right? Now they are asking what is the weight of this astronaut in the moon? W is equal to mg. Right? Physics is not difficult, right? Mass එක 60, gravity is 1/6 into 10. බලන්න පින්කි, 10 into 10 is 100 newtons. Right. Next one, 33. Mole fraction of sodium hydroxide in a solution form when 2 moles of sodium hydroxide, NaOH 2 moles, Vatura 10 moles. Fraction means what? Whereas I told you no. What is fraction? Something out of total. Fraction means something out of total. Now they are asking what is the mole fraction of sodium hydroxide. So something is sodium hydroxide. Here the 2 moles. What is the total? 12 moles. Answer here the 1 over 6. Why? Moles and moles also cancels. 1 over 6. 34. Very good question. Very important. Huh? Right. When you do this question, you need what? You need know few lessons together. එකක් ඔයා දැනගන්න ඕන electrochemistry. Second thing is 16th chapter grade 10. Right? Next thing is third chapter grade 10. Then 10th chapter grade 10. Right? You have to have a good idea about all these chapters. Then only you can do this question. Right? Okay, here iron rod, here copper rod. Right? And there is a wire connected. Right? This is iron, this is copper. Tell me, copper. Copper. Tell me the activity series. Potta Some, Cato Magnus, Ali Sinka, iron, tin, lead, H, copper, Hg, Ag, Pt, Au. Right, listen. Shh. This is filled with what? H2SO4 aqueous. Listen, another lesson is grade 11, 7th chapter, acid base. Hurry. Now, first thing when you get a question like this, first thing is analyze what is in the solution. What is in the solution? H2SO4. Is it a strong or weak acid? Strong acid. A can full ionization or partial ionization? Full ionization, right? This is there. Aqueous means what? Water. Water. Water is full or partial? Partial, right? H plus and OH minus. Now tell me, inside this solution, can I find H2SO4? Can I find H2SO4 inside this solution? Full answer? Bad. 8 strong acids, no? Fully ionizing. So you can find this the can't. You can find H plus. You can find SO4 2 minus. You can find water the yes. Why? Why? Reversible reaction. For this side also it is happening. Again for this side also it is happening. Hurry the reversible reaction. Therefore, can I find H2O? Yes. Can I find H plus? Yes. Can I find OH minus? Yes. Try to understand this. Listen. If you can do this question means, right, half of the essay sure marks. One shot. Because many of the students lacking this part, this knowledge. Electrochemistry, they feel difficult because of these logics. Many of the schools, they are teaching it like a something to by heart. By heart you need to know the logics, right? Then all this will work. If you can do this means easily essay you can score. Essays will be easy. Right? Okay, but hurry. You can see all these things, and here iron is there, copper is there. Okay, no? Right. All 6 are there. Now, next thing, after analyzing what is in the solution, next thing, mark in the activity series the available elements. Fe. Next, copper. Next, hydrogen. You know, top people, powerful people, bottom people, weak. Right? Powerful ones are oxidation. Top people. Compared to the bottom one, top ones are oxidating. Right? Bottom ones are reducting. We call reduction. Keep one thing in mind. Oxidation always another anode. Oxidation always anode. Reduction always cathode. Sometimes in the school they might teach like anode is positive, cathode is negative. එහෙම කියලා එකක් ඉගෙන ගන්න එපා. It's wrong, right? There's nothing like that. You have to study like what? Oxidation always anode, reduction always cathode. वो तो मैं concept है, right? Now oxidation happens in what? FeO, HO, copper. Who's on top? Fe. Fe releasing two electrons. Releasing two electrons becomes what? Now when sodium release one electron, what it becomes? Sodium release one electron and becomes Na plus or minus? Plus, one plus. So Fe release two electrons and becomes what? Fe 2 plus. Standard method, we don't write minus electrons. I'll take this to this side. Minus 2e becomes plus 2e. Is it clear? Oxidation reaction. Right? Fe becomes Fe2 plus 2 electrons. Now the produce two electrons from iron. Okay, iron is anode. Copper is cathode. Clear, no? Right? From iron, removed electrons are moving through the wire. They go through the wire. And you know one thing, grade 10, 19 chapter, right? Opposite to the electron flow, what is there? Standard current flow. Standard current flow is always opposite to the electron flow. Current is going always from positive terminal to negative terminal. So දැන් බලන්න anode is negative. In some places they are teaching anode is positive. Right? Okay. ඒ නිසා හොඳට දැනගන්න, right? You have to go with oxidation anode concept. Right? Anode positive concept එක එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. There's nothing like that. So be careful, right? Here because there is no battery given. If they gave a battery, then we have a different thing. So anode positive we taking. Right. Now here, this is the thing happening. This is positive terminal, this is negative terminal. Now tell me, who has the more power to reduct? Copper or hydrogen? Copper or hydrogen. Now the bottom one will be the most reduction power one. Who's having the most reduction power? Copper or hydrogen? Copper. Copper has the power, but if it reducts, what should happen? Copper should become copper minus values. Will copper become copper minus? No. Copper can't become copper minus values because they can't gain electrons. They can give electrons. Copper can, if copper 2 plus is there, it can become copper, no problem. But if copper is there, it can't go to copper 2 minus. That is wrong. Okay. Hari, එතකොට copper වලට reduce වෙන්න බැරි නම් who else? Hydrogen. The hydrogen which is available in with me is what form? H plus. H plus. So next step is H plus. H plus means what? One electron has gone away. So H plus gets one electron and becomes H. Okay, no? But generally, hydrogen you can find as a molecule. Enisa, I will put 2H plus takes 2 electrons and becomes hydrogen gas. Is it clear? It becomes hydrogen gas. Near which terminal hydrogen gas is produced? Near the cathode. Making hydrogen gas bubbles are forming. Right. Now we'll read the statements. Iron strip act as the anode. Iron strip act as the anode. Yes or no? Yes. Iron act as the anode. Hurry. Next. Reduction reaction occurs at the copper strip. Yes or no? Yes. Reduction occurs at the copper. Gas bubble evolve rapidly at iron strip? Nah. Go ahead. Copper strip. Gas bubbles evolve rapidly at copper strip. Electron flow towards copper strip across the external wire. Yes or no? Yes. Answer is number 3. Right. 35 and 36. See? Note down. Right, listen. They are asking what is the current produced by the cell. If you want to find the current produced by the cell, first of all, you need to know the equivalent resistance value for this. Here two 18s are given. You know, if these are given in series manner, what you should do? What you should do? Equivalent resistance is 36. If it is in series manner. But it is given in what manner? Parallel manner. If it is given in parallel manner, what you should do? 1 over 18 plus 1 over 18 equal to 2 over 18, right? Then that is equal to 1 over 9 and make it opposite, reciprocal. So 9 over 1. Answer is 9 ohms. That means this is equal to what the method 9 ohms. Is it clear? But there's a short system also, right? There's a short method. Short method of getting this 9 ohm is when the resistors are equal, when the resistance is equal, take one's value. One is 18. How many resistors are there? Two. Take one's value. One is 18. Number of resistors? Dekai. Answer key 9. Tell me for this one, right? In parallel manner, there are a few circuits. Mehem. Right? Shh, listen. Right? This is 8 ohm, this is 8 ohm, this is 8 ohm, this is 8 ohm, this is 2 ohms. Right? Now tell me how to find the equivalent resistance. Now this and this all are equal. One's value is 8. How many resistors are there? 4. So divide by 4. What is the value? 2. So all these 4 means it is 2. එතකොට එකක් 2 දැම්මා. මේ පල්ලෙහා 2 is there. This is 2, this is 2. What is the value? One's value is 2. How many resistors? 2. Answer is 1. So what is the final equivalent resistor of this? 1 ohms. Is it clear? That is a short system. But if they ask in an MCQ, you do in the short method, that is fine. If they ask in an essay, you should go with the long method. Is it clear? Long method ke liye 1 over 8 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 2. Get the value and make it upside down. Reciprocal. Clear? Then you can get the value. Okay, anyways, we found 9 ohms. Here 6 volt. V equals I R. V equal IR. Well, voltage is 6. Now you want to find current now. So I is equal to V divided by R. Simple mathematics. Velocity, voltage 6 volt, ohm 9. Again 2 over 3 amperes. 2 over 3 amperes. Answer is number 2. 36th question. Due to the current flow through the straight conducting part SP කියලා කියන්නේ මෙතන නේද? මෙන්න බලන්න මේක S මේක P. Right? Current is going like this. So current is going down. Right? Going down. They are asking in which direction magnetic field form. You have to know one thing. If current is going through a wire, surrounding that wire, there is a magnetic field created. There is a magnetic field. Right. Now if this is going, current is going down, there is a method of finding. We call right hand grip rule. Make your right hand in a grip position like this. And then now direction of the current is the thumb's direction. So like this. So keep like this and remaining 4 fingers you should just move freely in the grip format, right? So therefore it shows the direction, right? So like this. Is it clear? So in this direction, right, magnetic field is formed. What is the answer? Fourth one. Fourth one. 37th question. Right? X Newton is given, 15 is given. They want to get the final resultant force in the direction of X. Further, then what you have to do? Right? Here X is given now. Here the 15 Newton is given. Right? You want to move this with 10 Newton resultant force. Again, if you want to move this final result of 10 to this side, this should be 25 Newtons. Very simple. Right? If you give 25 from this side, if you give 15 from this side, it will move to this side to with 10 Newtons. Answer is 10, 25. 38. Listen. Shh. A child's motion is given, time and displacement. Which of the following is false? Listen. Child has moved at uniform velocity in the first 3 seconds. 0, 0, first second 2 meters, second 4 meters, third second 6 meters. Okay, no? In equal amount he has gone. Uniform velocity, eka hari. The total time child remain at rest is 5 seconds. Balam. Right? Okay. First second he is moving 2 meters. Second he is moving 4. Then third second 6. Right? Fourth second also 6. That means third second he came, fourth second at rest. Fifth second was at rest. Sixth second he is moving to here. 8. And 7th second he stays there. 3 seconds rest. It was more than 8 second he comes back. 9th he comes back. 10 he comes back. 11 he comes to the starting position. How many seconds at rest? 3 seconds at rest. Okay, no? 3 seconds. At 4th and 5th second rest. At 7th second rest. So altogether, how many seconds? 3 seconds. So 5 seconds means wrong. Wrong. Third question. Child has returned to the starting point. Yes or no? Yes. He was came back. Total distance child move is 16 meters. Yeah, he gone 8 meters. He came back 8 meters. Right. 39th one. When a magnet and a soft coil is given like this, right, electromagnetic induction is occurring. Electromagnetic induction means producing current. Okay, using the magnetism. Right? Yes, we are studying in 13th chapter. Ahmadhanzer. You know motor, right? Motor, inside the motor there is a magnet. Actually, magnetic field is there. When you give current in a magnetic field, motor is rotating. It creates a force. In a magnetic field, if you provide current, motor rotates. That means force created. Think about the turbine opposite. Right? You rotate the turbine in a magnetic field, it produces current. You understand opposite? You give current in magnetic field, it gives a force, rotates. And you rotate in a magnetic field, it produces current. Do you understand? Right? So by rotating something in a magnetic field, producing current is known as electromagnetic induction. Clear? That is what happens in the bicycle dynamo. Right? Bicycle dynamo, that cap is rotating. When rotating in a magnetic field, it produces current. So therefore lights. There you go. Right? Therefore there should be movement. Echo, there should be a movement in the magnet. Nathang, there should be a movement in the coil. If both are remaining stationary, that means at rest, nothing will happen. No current will form. So what is the answer? Right? When G is not indicating, that means G means galvanometer. If the galvanometer deflects, that means current is going. So if there's no current is going, that means both are at stationary. Answer is number 2. 40th question. Easy one. Right? Anil Jagat Sujit Nama living in Kurunagala town. Who got the answer as this one for fourth one? Namal. Normal? Yeah, very good. It was a Sujit. No one for Sujit? Oh, no. Sajit name Sujit. Sujit. Udak nahi. Namal tak nahi. Anil? Anil? Anil, that Anil squirrel name. Jagat? Jagat power me. Right. Okay, see this one. We'll see. All living in Amuthuate's Kurnagal area. Amuthuate Kurnagal engi kiti. This is Amuthuate. Sri Lanka. Ambia here na Kurnagal. Right. Kurnagal here. Kurnagal. Recently they went to a blood donation, right? 1,400 or some people found with AIDS. Kurnagal, Maru, right? For blood donation they went 1,400 people positive with AIDS, right? AIDS vanda kelimma ivara ya Monday potu veno. Right? Kurnagal, right? The other thing, Sri Lanka still remains for the eighth time also winning the award of searching sex in the Google. Seriously. For the eighth time at a stretch, pita. Now it is eighth time in the world, right? The highest. Who searched sex in the Google? Yes, seriously. Right? What is the problem? Lack of this human reproduction chapter. Don't know that knowledge. Are there? So they search like not in Colombo and these all areas, Kotakari, fine. Thoothukudi areas, those Dote areas. Those people they don't know anything there for that they are fine identify that because in school teachers ඔයාට මේක පුළුවන් ඔයාලා මේක බලා ගන්න හරි එතකොට හරි එතකොට එහෙම කියලා කියනවා එතකොට හරි right now why they are putting in the syllabus you have to know this right properly I mean right හරි anyways කොමාරි කුරුණෑගල record එකක් තියෙනවා ලංකාවත් record එකක් තියෙනවා right කුරුණෑගල those people are living rice coconut being obtained from කුරුණෑගල area. Okay, rice and coconut where? Rice, coconut. කොහෙන්ද ගන්නෙ? කුරුණෑගල. Potato had been obtained by නුවරඑළිය. Sorry, නුවරඑළිය. නුවරඑළිය මෙහෙ potato. නුවරඑළිය potato. ඊට පස්සේ බලන්න නයනි rice flour. Rice flour පොළොන්නරුව. Right? මෙහෙ පොළොන්නරුව රාජධානිය. Right? Rice flour. right අවුලක් නැහැ. පොළොන්නරුව. සීවික්කම රාජසිංහ රජතුමා ඉන්නවනේ. தெரிஞ்சது right then fish from Negombo near Colombo here සම්බයano Negombo fish හරිද right next මෙන්න මරු dal and wheat flour obtained from India and America මෙහෙ dal පරිප්පු කනවනේ dal කනවා America is මෙහෙ සම්බය කොයි හරි මේ කොනේ දාන්න මෙහෙ America right wheat flour mehe dal India right now we'll see accordingly who has taken the meal with the lowest food mile means now food mile means the distance that needs to take food from one place to another okay no right the lower the food mileage the less the petrol consumption or the fuel consumption right we can avoid wastage of the fuel hari agan. Therefore, now tell me, Anil eats rice, dal, and coconut sambal. Rice move hemma ganna awulak naha langai. Dal Indiaven gennanawa. Coconut sambal that also same place, no problem. So maximum far away distance is India. Next, Jagat string hoppers made up of rice flour. Polonnaruven gennanne duram kuda parawalla. Again, he is also taking dal. Our India ke petu ara. Then coconut dal and fish curry, Negombo. Compared to Anil, Jagat is little far away. එතකොට ඌ ගන්න බෑ. කෙලින්ම competition එකේ අනිල් දැනට දිනලා ඉන්නේ. Next Sujit. Bread made up of wheat flour. ඕලේ ඇමරිකාවේ ආවර පිටින් දూరం. එයාගේ බය කෙලින්ම අතෑරියා Sujit ඇමරිකා. ඌ නෑ. Namal roti made up of wheat flour. අවුනේ ඇමරිකා. So who is the closest one? Anil is the fellow. Ranil Nevei, Anil. Right. Note down. Huh? No breaks. Hmm? Huh? Now pata pata kala karna fast. Bye. Boru ne? What's the time? Ah, ela. Hmm? Ladies powder. Right. Now pata pata kala na. Right. Right. Now this question we are going a little fast. Which of the following plant is a gymnosperm? Gymnosperm. Gymnosperm means seeding plants without covering. So plant seeds without cover, right? Coconut flowering monocot liagander, paddy flowering monocot, grass flowering monocot, pinus non-flowering seeding plant, non-flowering seeding plant, no cover, no seed cover. Gymnosperms के लगे यानी no seed cover. Answer is number 4. What is the unit of moment of the force? Moment of the force. Moment of the force is equal to F into D. Force measured by Newton, distance measured by meters, Nm. Another answer is number 3. Organ which mainly contributes to night excretion. Organ which mainly contributes to nitrogenous excretion. Organ kidney. Skin is also contributing. Skin produce sweat, right? It's also an organ. Kidney mainly urine. Nose releasing carbon dioxide. Lungs also releasing carbon dioxide. So all 4 organs are used, but kidney is the main organ. Next, 44. Which of the following substance can be mixed with water to make a heterogeneous mixture? What is homogeneous? What is heterogeneous? Homogeneous means if you mix certain substances, a solute and a solvent together, right? All the places will be same. For example, you mix salt with water. If you put salt in water, if you get sample from this corner and this corner after dissolving, will it be same or different? Same, right? Taste also same, thickness also same, color is also same. Everything is normally equal, same. But if you mix some mud with water, mud water gatanam, can you after dissolving it very well, the borolocatus mehe, galapata mehe, right? Small tiny molecules in here, right? Can you take a sample from, if you take a sample from here and a sample from here, will it be equal? No, size is different, density is different, color is different, even taste is different. Ne? Taste different, ne? Bicycle. Okay, so heterogeneous mixture, right? Anyways, copper sulfate, all the places blue color, light blue color, again a regular. Salt, no. Ethyl alcohol, if you mix with water, no problem. Right? Sugar mixing with water, same, homogeneous. But wheat flour, it's heterogeneous. Answer is number 4. Which of the following organelle release energy by aerobic respiration? What is the answer? Mitochondria. Mitochondria. Nucleus control the cellular activities, control the cell, right? Taking information from generation to generation. right? Okay, genetic information from generation, that is done by nucleus. Mitochondria, energy production, cellular respiration. Ribosome helps in protein synthesis. Golgi complex, right? Secretion, packaging, production of secretory vesicles. Next, which of the following oxide is basic? I told you what? Magnesium oxide. Aluminium oxide? Amphoteric oxide. SO2? Sulfur dioxide means what? Acidic oxide. Silicon dioxide is a very weak acidic oxide. Animal tissue given in the diagram is what? There is a basement membrane, tightly packed cells are there. What is it? Epithelial tissue. Four types of animal tissues are there: epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue. What is that? Muscle tissue, three types. I told you: skeletal, cardiac, smooth. Right? Connective tissue is another. Blood is a special connective tissue. Why? It's a liquid. Right? Blood plasma is not formed from the blood cells. It's another specialty. Right? Okay. Another connective tissue, bones. Bone, another connective tissue. Cartilage is another connective tissue. Adipose is another connective tissue. Adipose is the fat layer. Four types. Right. Which of the following energy transmission takes place in a bicycle dynamo? Bicycle dynamo ke මොකද වෙන්නේ? Bicycle dynamo? Use the mechanical energy producing the electric energy. What is the answer? Tuna. Three. Right? Mechanical energy, that means kinetic energy converting to electric energy, producing light. Next, biochemical reaction that takes place in organisms are catalyzed by, I told you previously, another enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts. Right. Next one. In which of the following instance does a couple of force acts? Couple of force acts. When door is opening by pushing, is there any couple of force? Nah. Couple of force kila kya around the point, like just take steering wheel. Around the point, if you push from this side, oppositely it's pushing from the same force. So around the point. That is a couple of force. Example, steering wheel, tap, screwdriver, those things, right? Balanda, when door is opened by pushing, it is just moment of the force, turning effect of the force. When nail is unscrewed by a screwdriver, yes, there is a couple of force. Answer is number two. When rope is pulled in opposite direction by two groups, just pushing again. When two person pushing a box at the same direction, right? Couple of forces. Answer is number two. Number of electrons and the number of protons in aluminium 3 plus. Aluminium 3 plus. Aluminium normally, what is the atomic number? What is the place of the periodic table? Sodium is 11, magnesium is 12, aluminium is 13. Atomic number is 13 means proton count is 13. Electron count is 13. Right? Aluminium 3 plus means what? Removed 3 electrons. It has removed 3 electrons. So proton 13, electron here 10. Electron 10. Answer is number 1. Standard notation of tritium. H11 is known as protium. H12 is known as deuterium. H13 is known as tritium. Answer is number 3. 53rd question. Which of the following adaptation is shown by the seed of horror, vara, dandelion? I told you, right? For dispersal by wind, what they have? Possessing wing-like structure, right? Having air field cells, what? Floating by water. consisting of different patterns, right? Then only animals will see, ah, nice, no, right? Right. The answer is number one. 54. A certain covalent compound is completely ionized in water. Complete means strong or weak? Strong, right? Completely ionized in water. Which of the following is that compound? Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Strong the weak the weak. Partially the fully the partially. HCl strong acid. Answer is number two. Strong acids fully ionizing. Copper sulfate is a salt. Copper sulfate is a salt. H2CO3 carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is a weak acid. Right? Answer is number two. 55. The endocrine glands that secrete glucagon and calcitonin in human body. Endocrine gland means the glands can produce hormones. Right? Endocrine glands mainly glands means what? Which can produce hormones. Right? Pancreas produces glucagon and insulin hormones. Pancreas producing glucagon, insulin. Insulin can reduce the blood glucose level. Insulin reducing blood glucose level. Glucagon increasing blood glucose level. Glucagon increasing blood glucose level. Right. Calcitonin produced by thyroid gland. Calcitonin produced by thyroid gland. Another one is thyroxine produced by thyroid gland. Calcitonin and thyroxine both produced by thyroid gland. Adrenal gland produces adrenaline. Adrenal gland produces, where you can find adrenal gland? On the kidney. Kidney එකේ උඩ කැප් එක වගේ තියෙනවා මෙහෙම. Adrenal gland. Kidney is known as renal gland. Why? Kidney also can produce a hormone called erythropoietin. Erythropoietin. Adrenal gland produce adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol, like those. Pituitary gland produces growth hormone. Pituitary produces growth hormone, prolactin. This is in your syllabus, okay? 6th chapter. I'm telling you all. Right? Prolactin. ඊට පස්සේ FSH, LH, TSH. TSH means thyroxine stimulating hormone. Right? FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. LH means luteinizing hormone. Right? Oxytocin. Okay, all pituitary. Growth hormone, prolactin, FSH, LH, TSH, oxytocin, ADH. Also ADH, antidiuretic hormone. ADH. මේ ඔක්කොම ඕන. all over එකට. Right. Answer is first one, pancreas and thyroid. Select the option in the table which gives most suitable extraction method. Again, Pottasome, tell me. Pottasome, Catumagnus, Alizinca, iron, tin, lead, H, copper, Hg, Ag, Pg, gold. Top people, powerful people. No, powerful people makes places powerful. Powerful people, oxidating people. You can't easily remove those. For that, you have to give current. We call electrolysis method. Right? So top people, you have to give current electrolysis. Middle people, normally you can extract using reduction methods. The bottom people, you can use mechanical anyways of extractions like gold and silver. Easily you can take separate. Meala reduction methods, meala electrolysis methods. Now tell me for potassium. Potassium may topest electrolysis. Calcium also almost in the top electrolysis. Lead in koida pallen. EM, reduction method. Answer is 4. Answer is 4. On a horizontal ground, point B is located at the east of A. When you get these kind of questions, you mark down this northeast, west, south. News. Right? News. එතකොට බලන්න නයනි. Okay. A point B is located to the east of A. Right? East of A. So A here, B here. Right? To the east of A. B is here. Next. Point C is located to the north of B. Going like this, may C. North. Now an ant move from A to C through the straight line paths A, B and BC. AB 3 නම් BC 4 නම් Pythagoras දැම්ම නම් හරි. Okay no? Simple mathematics. AB and BC 3 and 4 meters. What is the displacement? Displacement means the straight line distance between starting and the ending point. They are asking this one. Put Pythagoras. 3 square plus 4 square is equal to x square. 9 plus 16 is equal to x square. 25 is equal to x square. X is equal to root 25. And 5 is equal to x. एक simple mathematics case. Arne? Pythagoras. Answer is number 2. Situation where an image of a flower pot taken onto a white vertical plane using an item called x. In the figure, which of the following could be x? First thing, can it be a mirror? Can it be a mirror? Can you see through a mirror? එතකොට කෙලින්ම mirrors දෙකම ඉවරයි. එතනින් මේ mirror නැහැ. If it forms an upside down image, inverted, that means it should be a convex lens. Convex lens. Right? These all I explained you. We practice very well also. Right. හරිද? I draw කරේ මෙතන තියාගෙන. හරි. Which of the following statement is true regarding waves? Now waves means energy concept. Right? You have to study waves in, if you have studied really waves starting from the ocean waves, එකනවා waves හරියට ඉගෙනගෙන නැහැ. එච්චරයි. Remaining that is with you. Wave is an energy concept. So you have to start with an energy concept, then only you will understand waves. If not, you will know the waves like that. Water waves. Right. Some in most of the schools or most of the teachers, they start with, I don't know, always starting with the water waves. Waves එකයි water waves එකයි ලොකු අදාළම අතරම නැහැ. If you studied like that, I don't know what to say. Waves means energy concept. A wave means, right, anything which takes energy from one place to another place. That is a wave. For example, when I'm talking to you, right, here I'm talking. So my energy is given to the nearest particle. That particle is giving that voice energy to this particle. That is given the sound energy to this particle. Nearest particles will vibrate with that. And finally, the particle near you gets that energy and you hear that. That's how energy transmission is happening. So anything which takes energy from one place to another place is known as wave. So wave means energy is moving. Particles will not move here to there. Here particle will just vibrate and gives the energy to the nearest particle. That particle is vibrating and it gives the energy to the nearest particle. So that's how this is happening. Right? Yes. Right? That's how it is happening. Do you understand? Right? So wave is a concept of energy. Hurry. Balanna. Transverse waves propagate with compression and reappractions. No. That is longitudinal waves. Here, right, like this. Vibrations move forward. Right? That is longitudinal. Distance between a crest and a trough. See? Right? Here, see? Top points, peak points known as crest. Bottom points known as trough. බලන්න නයනි මේකට අපි කියනවා amplitude කියලා. Right? Here to here, in between two consecutive crests, that we call as wavelength. Or in between two consecutive troughs, we call as wavelength. That means this wave is completing one circle. See here, a quarter, another quarter, another quarter, another quarter. In half and half, one full circle. When wave is completing one full circle, we call oscillation. When it is completing one oscillation, the displacement it traveled is the wave length. Make a balance quarter here, quarter here, quarter here, quarter here. So in between two crests, one full oscillation is happening. Right? Okay. So therefore, that is the wave's length. Right? It is not necessary to have a medium for propagation of mechanical waves. No, mechanical waves needs a medium. Right? They need a medium, eco liquid, eco solid, at least air. Electromagnetic waves, they don't require any medium. Right? Energy is transmitted by the mechanical waves without transmission of substances. Yes or no? Yes, I told you no. Energy transmits, substance will remain the same. Right? 60th question. Answer is number 4. 59 answer is number 4. 60th. Salts which precipitate in the first tank and the third tank when production of right salt from sea water. Balanda. When production of salt is happening, this year's question, Balanda. First one is a large shallow tank. Second one is a medium tank. Third one is a small tank. Mukada venne. Just think you are putting like 1,000 liters of so seawater, and after it becomes like around 500 liters, that means half to half, concentration becomes double. Right? You send it to the medium tank like this. So the medium tank fills with that 500 liters. Again, you make it up to 250 liters. How? Let it evaporate. Right? Let it evaporate with the heat. Right? Half of the water will evaporate. Then that 250 liters you are sending to the small tank, and here you let this 250 to evaporate up to 100 liters. Harida. It got 1,000 liters becomes 100 liters at last. That means 10 times concentrated. If you make the salt water 10 times concentrated, you can have what? Salt. Right? In the first tank, when this is happening, certain things will get deposited down. We call calcium carbonate. In the second tank, certain things will get deposited that we call calcium sulfate. Right? In the third tank, after removing all these, deposition is sodium chloride. Right? First tank calcium carbonate, second tank calcium sulfate, third tank sodium chloride. Answer is first one. Right? I don't know how many months you have. Hurry below 3 months. Right? Last month you are searching for this seminar, that seminar, other seminar. Right? That's what happens for you all. You have only 3 months. To study, you have 3 months. Right? These 3 months, if you didn't use efficiently, you will be in a loss. Right? You will be in a great loss. These 3 months you have 9 subjects. Right? 3 months, 9 subjects. 3 months unata, you actually have now 3 months means 90 days, no? Right? Remove the last month. Then after that fasting also, no? Right? When you are fasting only, you have to go for the exams. Right? Okay. So you have 90 days, which means we have to, however, for sleeping and other stuff, we have to remove half of the day. Right? Half of the day will be gone. Right? It's what you have only 45 days. Efficient 45 days. Right? Efficient 45 days. Out of that, if you remove the class times, that time, these and all, right, you will have around 15 to 20 odd days. 15 or 20 days. Within this 15 or 20 days, will take 18 days. 18 days. You have 18 days. Hurry value for yourselves to study. 18 days, you have 9 subjects. That means per subject, you have 3 days. Right? Sorry, 2 days. Per subject, 9 subjects, no? 2 days. Again, 48 hours. You have for yourself, for each subject, 48 hours. Ekat, you have to nicely make the proportions because like hardest or the most heaviest one of the O level is science. So you have to put a little more time for that. Second heaviest one is the maths. Right? Next heavy ones you have to arrange according to your target and the dreams. Not because of that auntie is telling, this auntie is telling, Alapati is telling. Not because of those. You have to have a proper idea of what you're going to do next. If you don't have a proper idea, if you don't have proper guidance, if you don't have a proper target, right? It's like you are going in a you are going insane actually. You don't have an idea what to do, right? At this moment, you have to have an idea what's next, what you're going to do next. Whether I'm going to choose bio, whether I'm going to choose maths, or whether I'm going to choose commerce, or whether it is something else. I would prefer like I think no one is going to select art streams, right? Other three streams, fine, right? With the current world, it's competitive. Therefore, right? So you have to have a clear idea of what you have to do, right? You have only 3 months for this, 48 hours for each subject. You have to change it, right? Science, you have 4 books, 35 chapters. Do you want to know all these 35 chapters for the exam? Huh? Yes, yes. Ahmadhanzer Mahan. Yeah. At last moment, don't come and ask me, sir, which part will they will ask more? Okka right? Okay. Actually, we are targeting a paper for that year, no? We're targeting. Target is coming with almost every question. There is no any specific part, right? Now, last year, I guess it's heart. Exactly came. Exactly heart came. Last year's guessing heart. Previous year's guessing kidney came. Right? Every I can guess what's going to be next. Now, this year, you're going to have brain. एक आता देखा आपने right? Brain will come, but not the brain, not only the brain. They will mix it with others also. That means almost all the systems will come in different questions. Right? Last time they asked heart, therefore this time they are not asking they will ask a question of blood. Right? Blood question will be there. Sympathetic, parasympathetic differences will be there. That shouldn't that like can be in the say fifth question or it can be in a second bio question also. Sympathetic, parasympathetic. Another, another. Brain another, another. Right? Spinal cord again. Sometimes there will be a sketch. What is gray matter? What is white matter? Another, another. This time I'm telling. Last time for heart also same as I told. Right? For these things, if you are getting prepared, getting ready, science, all 4 books you have to know. Right? Now just think we almost covered the entire syllabus now here. You think? First chapter to 35th chapter, 35th chapter, all were there. In sometimes in one question, there are 5, 6 chapters together. That this question. Remember how many chapters? Grade 10 third chapter, grade 10 seventh chapter, grade 10 10th chapter, grade 10 16th chapter, right? Grade 11 acid base chapter, grade 11 electrochemistry chapter. Okay, if a heat question comes, more than this, right? So science, don't think the maths is the heaviest. Even when I'm teaching maths also, I told science is the heaviest. Why? You have to know all 4 books. If you didn't practice properly in a proper manner, you won't be able to get through this. It's not now for last 8 years, they have given almost all the questions. Now hereafter, don't expect the direct theory will come. You can directly answer for that. No, no direct answers. Indirect answers will be there. You have to think logically and answer. එහෙම කරගත්තු කට්ටිය good. It's a logical paper. Not just by theories you can answer. Right? Heart also given as a box. Not like the usual heart structure. So if you don't have a knowledge to like apply this heart's knowledge into that box and get the idea, that means in vain. Right? This year also there are sometimes they will give a brain as a box or sometimes like a robot. They will give something like a machine. Right? Like a machine after they give, these are the compartments and then they will tell these compartments functions like cerebrum. They will mention one big box. Another small box and a tiny box, another box. They can give what this compartment is doing. They won't give the real structure because they need to know whether you have knowledge. Why you are studying science? Because you should be able to have a good knowledge, critical thinking knowledge. Then only you can do A levels. See, will you those people who got 9 A's, right? Even though they get 9 A's, if they didn't study properly, A levels kelimma chaka blast, because A levels means full and full. That is like with your knowledge that you have to deal. If not, can't. Right? Therefore, when you studying science, you should always have why this is happening. Why this is happening? You have to have a question. Now, when everything happens, I told you why this is happening, why this is bubbling, why I choose the anode as the iron, why I choose the cathode as the copper, why I didn't choose copper and why I choose the hydrogen. Every single point has a logical answer. If you didn't get these things properly, then what's the purpose of studying? Science means patta interesting, right? If you in the proper place, it is more interesting. It has like so many things, right? Okay. Now even just think, will you all these questions? Did I even see any single book? No, no. Right? By seeing the question, like entire syllabus will be in front of the here mind. So you also can be like that. If you want to, if you think of a system, if it comes in front of you as an imagination, that means you are like, yeah, you are really good, right? Certain things you have to keep with logics. Nicely, you can score A. A will be nothing for you. You have to work properly. Maths, if you are still weak, I will tell you one small strategy. Continuously do the past papers by seeing the answers. See the answer and do the past paper, right? See the past paper and try to take like at the same kind of question, like 5, 6 questions from the all the years, same paper, same question, and then what you do is repeatedly do the same question by seeing the answer. But why, when seeing the answer, you think of why this is happening like this, why the next step is going like this. Think of that, it will work. Maths is easier than science. Maths, there's a pattern. If you master the pattern, I think it's easy, right? Other than that, others are little things, no, right? Okay. So heaviest thing when you are studying, right? Chemistry, physics, biology. There's nothing called difficult. All three are easy, equally easy, right? The only thing is the way you are approaching the chapters should be different. Now, I told waves chapter should be approached with energy concept, not with some water wave. If you approach with water waves to the waves chapter, you will never understand the concept. Same to the what do you call reflection, refraction also, mirror concepts also. Therefore, every different chapters has different approach. Sometimes you might feel boring in some parts. That doesn't mean like science is boring. Science is very interesting, right? Alright, we'll go to the next one. 61st one, 61. Most efficient food chain. Most efficient now, I told you earlier, food chain. When food chains becomes longer, what is wasting? Energy wasting. So the food chain should be very shorter to make it more efficient. So what is the shortest one here? First one. Grass, deer, tiger. Shortest one will have the most energy efficiency. So answer is number 1. 62 on the question. Composition of glucose solution in terms of mass and volume is 90 grams per cubic decimeter. Try to understand using the units. 90 grams per cubic decimeter. What's the meaning? In 1 cubic decimeter, there are 90 grams. 1 cubic decimeter means 1 liter. Right? How many grams? 90 grams. 90 grams per cubic decimeter. 90 grams in 1 cubic decimeter. Right? What is the concentration of glucose solution? Concentration given in moles per cubic decimeter. Now, per cubic decimeter is given. Now, I just have to convert what into what? Grams into moles. I have to convert grams into moles. What is the formula? Number of moles equal mass over molar mass. In simply we call N equals M over M. right? Now grams kiyada 90 grams. Balanna 90 glucose wala molar mass they have given 180 grams per mole. Grams capillana 00 capillana 9 over 80 means 1 over 2 moles. So 90 gram means what? 1 over 2. 1 over 2 kilogrammi 0.5 moles. Answer is number 2. Which of the following is not a function of nucleic acids? Again, DNA, RNA, no? Storing genetic information? DNA, correct. Contributing to protein synthesis? DNA, correct. Right? DNA tena. Sorry. Third one, controlling activities of the cells? Yes, DNA, correct. Maintaining body temperature? That is a separate regulate mechanism. So answer is number 4. Final products of the reaction hematite with carbon monoxide gas in temperature range of 1000 to 1900. I will explain you the entire ion extraction process, but quickly I will tell you, right? When making iron, when extracting iron, we have to choose iron soil with iron. Soil with iron is known as hematite, right? Hematite soil is there. There are from hematite soil using right using a blast furnace. They're using a blast furnace like around 60 meters height on the Ravanda, right? Made up of bricks, right? What they do is, first of all, they take hematite, Fe2O3 soil. Then they take coke, that means carbon. Then they take calcium carbonate. These three together, and they make it to fine particles, tiny particles. After they make these into tiny particles like powder, they mix those three in a certain proportion. Now they have fine particles. What they do is they will send it through like in here. This one. Okay, this is my method. I'm just telling. So these particles will fall down. Right? From the bottom, what they do is they send oxygen gas, actually air, hot air, right? Mainly oxygen, hot air. Because of that hot air inside the blast furnace, it remains around 1000 to 1900 degree Celsius temperature. So from the bottom, oxygen moves up. From the top, those things comes down. First of all, this oxygen joins with this core. Carbon is with oxygen, makes what? Carbon dioxide. Then this carbon dioxide joins further more with oxygen and makes carbon monoxide. Okay, now while he is going inside, these things are happening. This carbon monoxide joins with one other. This hematite Fe2O3 makes iron liquid and carbon dioxide. Is it clear? Right? Iron produced. The produced iron is liquid iron which will come down and float here. That's one problem. Why I choose calcium carbonate here? Because there's no use. Right? Carbon joins oxygen, carbon dioxide, this joins and carbon monoxide with Fe2O3 produces this. Fine, no. Then why should I use calcium carbonate? The thing is, hematite is soil. Soil contains some impurities like aluminium oxide, Al2O3, and silicon dioxide impurities. If those impurities are there, this iron liquid will contaminate with those impurities and it will make a contaminated iron. So that's it. Therefore, we have to remove that. Any calcium carbonate use karani. Calcium carbonate inside this, right? It decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide is joining with that too. Calcium oxide with Al2O3, calcium oxide with SiO2, right? When calcium oxide joins with that impurity aluminum oxide, it produces calcium aluminate CaAl2O4. This is producing calcium silicate CaSiO3. This both together is we call as slag mixture. It's a liquid. It's a liquid. That slag mixture is floating on top of iron as a liquid. Now, slag mixture is also liquid, iron is also liquid. Now, can I nicely separate and take or not? Now, can separate. Two liquids no, with two densities. So, I can separate iron from here. Therefore, calcium carbonate is used to produce calcium oxide and remove the impurities. Right. Anyways, these are for entire thing. Right. So final products, another iron and carbon dioxide. Iron and carbon dioxide. Answer is number 165. Which of the following end product of digestion is not absorbed by the blood capillaries of the villi in small intestine? Baland. Balan naini. Balan. Hurry. See. Now, what is this system? Nose, nasal cavity, mouth, buccal cavity, and here larynx is going, here esophagus, right? From the esophagus, where it is going to? Stomach, right? And stomach starting with small intestine, duodenum, and here small intestine, gilla, appendix, cecum, large intestine, and here transverse colon, it was a sigmoid colon, rectum, anus. Hurry. Then here you have the pancreas. Yes, Rushad pancreas. Okay, pancreas. Pancreas is there. Then here the largest, second largest organ we call liver is there. And here gallbladder is here. See, joining with pancreas. That you know, no? Right? Digestion, you know, breaking down of large complex molecules into small simple molecules in order to absorb from the blood. Hurry. Anyways, if you take one of this part here, බලන්න මෙන්න මෙතන කොහෙද මෙන්න මෙහා බලන්නකෝ ඕම අරගෙන බලමු ටික ඕම මින්ගාලා right. Okay, a zoomed version of small intestine, right? So this part. Okay, if you see from here, you can see the structures like villi. This we call villi. Right? Through this inside only, what is happening? The food is moving. Kind. If you take one or two villi here, like this. In villi, there is a duct called lacteal duct. Lacteal duct is taking the lymph, right? Lymph, tissue fluid. Make it in lymph, right? Lacteal duct. Surrounding the lacteal duct, there are blood vessels, right? Blood capillaries are there. Lots of blood capillaries, right? aka arteries are there, arterioles, capillaries, venules, ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා. හරි? Anyways, now you know in the digestion process, right, the carbohydrates should finally convert into monosaccharides like glucose, fructose, and galactose. Protein should finally convert into amino acid. Lipid should finally convert into fatty acids and glycerol. හරිද දැන් බලන්න නෑනේ when finally after digestion means what, these large particles, these large molecules become these tiny molecules. After they become these tiny molecules, they have to absorb into the blood. Absorption. So the glucose absorb into the blood capillaries, fructose absorb into the blood capillaries, galactose absorb into the blood capillaries, amino acid absorb into the blood capillaries. Fatty acids and glycerol absorb into the what? Lacteal duct. Is it clear? Right? So they absorb into the lacteal duct. Answer එක මොකක්ද එතකොට? Which of the following end product digestion not absorbed by the blood capillaries? glycerol. Right. 66. Which of the following is isn't is a function of human cerebellum? Cerebellum. බලන්න නයිනී මෙන්න මෙතන. Right. This is cerebrum. This is cerebellum. This is medulla oblongata. This is spinal cord. Spinal cord. The big one is cerebrum. Right. Cerebrum. Mea cerebellum varicellum. Mea spinal cord. Cerebellum varicellum again sellam karanna bෑ. That means you can't move. You don't have balance. Cerebellum අවුලුනොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? Movement upset වෙනවා. Balance එක නැති වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ movement, muscle movement and body balancing done by cerebellum, varicellum. Cerebrum, all the high mental activities, thinking, now I am teaching, right? You are writing, your creativity, the way you are thinking, right? And you see things, you hear things, right? Okay, sometimes your brain is braining no. ඒ වගේ වෙනවනේ. එහෙම නැතුව your brain is braining no, functioning no. High mental activities done by cerebrum. Cerebellum නම් varicellum, right? Movement and balance. Spinal cord. The other one is medulla oblongata. මෙතන ඉන්නවනේ. පල්ලෙහා මූ ඉන්නවා. Medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is controlling the things that you are not controlling. Again, one is heartbeat. Are you controlling? No, no. Who's controlling? MO controlling. Right? Heartbeat. Second thing is your respiration controlled by medulla oblongata. You also can control. If you start to control, you can't stop for a while. You can't control. Right? Medulla oblongata. So medulla oblongata controls the things that you are not controlling. Heartbeat and respiratory function. මේ වහනවද මේ පාර? අහනවා. හොඳට බලාගෙන යන්න. හරි? Other thing, medulla oblongata and spinal cord can control reflex actions. What are reflex actions? Reflex actions can move. Now, when you touch a hot object, what do you do? Take your hand away. Right? Okay. When you walk, if you like a thorn is there, right? What happens? If it pricks you, you take your leg away. Right? Why? Because automatically these things are happening. Right? If I throw something towards your eyes, you blink your eyes. Why? Reflex actions. Right? Just keep in mind above the neck if anything happening like that. Right? If your eyelid getting closed or if you see a delicious food, if saliva start to appear anyway, saliva start to secrete, those things because of above the neck, these reflex things happening because of medulla oblongata. Below the neck, right, automatic things happening because of the spinal. That means when you touch a hot object, because of what you are taking the hand, spinal cord. Right? If you prick with a thorn, spinal cord. Right? Okay, you see something delicious, medulla oblongata. When something comes toward your eye, this is clear. Right? Okay. So the answer is මොකද්ද? Maintaining balance of body. Perform high mental activities, cerebrum. Perception of visual stimuli, vision, cerebrum. Control respiration, medulla oblongata. Alright. 67. Situation where swan of mass 1.3 gram still water in a pond given in the figure. Right? What is the upthrust? You know, listen. Water has the quality of pushing upward things. Right? Now here when there is a swan, right? When there is a swan, move is floating. Something is floating means its weight and its reaction is equal. Weight and reaction is equal. Weight is equal to reaction. Who's giving the reaction? Water is giving the reaction. That means water is pushing upwards. Right? Water pushing upwards කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? අපි ඒකට කියනවා up thrust කියලා. Up thrust. Pushing up. Up thrust. Water is pushing up. So here weight and up thrust is equal. Again, if you want to find the upthrust, you want to find the weight of the swan. W is equal to mg. 1.3 into 10 kg. 13 newtons. 13 newtons. Right? Consider the following chemical reaction. හොඳට බලා ගන්න. පොට්ටසෝමය ඕනයි. Right? බලන්න without පොට්ටසෝමය you can't do anything. Okay? Right? Tell me will you? පොට්ටසෝමය, Catamagnus, Alizinca, iron, tin, lead, H, copper, Hg, Ag, Pt, Au. Reactivity series. Consider the following chemical reaction. Which of the following element could be X? Zinc sulfate. Balanda. Zinc sulfate with X makes X sulfate and zinc is going away. Is it clear? Now, if someone wants to remove the zinc from zinc sulfate, should be a powerful one or weak one? Powerful one. Someone here only can remove the zinc from zinc sulfate. So X should be echo potassium, nothing sodium, nothing calcium, nothing magnesium, nothing aluminium. Out of this, what is given as the answers? Aluminium and magnesium both are there. Mark is. Now go and find what is this compound. XSO4 is the compound, right? XSO4, you know, sulfate is what kind of ion? SO4, 2 minus. X should be what? 2 plus. Magnesium or aluminium? Magnesium. 2 plus is magnesium. Is it clear? 68. Right. Next 69. Very good. Note down. Karega nikman down hai okko tika tuk book gar. Right. 70th question, so 69. Is these one or two questions? Listen. A saturated solution of sugar was prepared 80 degrees Celsius temperature by dissolving a solid sample of sugar which has been made impure by small amount of table salt. Right now, they want to obtain pure sugar crystals. The thing is, you know what is crystallization, right? Okay, if you have sugarcane juice, what we can do? Heat it. So water will evaporate, sugar crystals will remain. Crystal formation, so crystallization. Right now, this process is recrystallization. Now, after doing a crystallization process, right? Why we need to do a recrystallization? That means again crystallizing, right? When impurities mixed. So I have to remove the impurities. Right now, this has to be understand with the concentrated or saturated solution. Right? Okay. So there's a small thing in cycle revision. I have explained that Now time problem is there. If not, I would explain you entire thing about that saturated and how to do this process. Actually, what you have to do is after putting the hot water, slowly, you have to cool it down. When cooling it down, impurities will remain in the solution. Pure things will come down. So then you can filter and take the pure solution, pure substances, right? So that we have to do cooling the solution, right? 69. That is a nice part that I have to explain, but the time problem, if not, I would explain you nicely because most of the time you can't get an idea from the book also, textbook also, right? Right. 70th question, Balagango, right? Few things I will explain you. Consider ABC. Bats flying at night emitting ultrasound. Bat is flying in the air. Yeah, right. Dolphin is playing in the ocean, again water, right? Rabbit is walking in the air, right? You know, sound speed in air, sound speed in water, sound speed in steel or solid is different. Sound speed in air is 330 ms minus 1. Sound speed in water is around 1500 ms minus 1. In steel, 5000 ms minus 1 of that. Okay, so these values are there. So you know, in air, almost similar. In water, it is higher than that. In solid, more than that. So rabbit and bat is in the air, right? Dolphin is in the water. So velocity in water is more than air, right? That means VA equals VC. Both are lesser than VB. Answer what? Third one. Third one. Right? An iron nail which was in contact with metal M was kept in agar medium. Listen, consists of small amount of sodium chloride, potassium peroxide, and phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein earlier I told you what is the given color with base pink color. Acid no color change. Harder, right? Phenolphthalein. After 1 hour, only pink color was seen in the agar medium. Only pink color was seen in the agar medium. That means someone more powerful than iron should be there. Right? Someone more powerful than iron, and they have to make what? A basic oxide also. How the in name? Powerful than iron? Copper? No, copper is weak. Copper here. Right? Lead? Lead mehe, udat ba. Right? Stainless means tin. Yadat ba. Who can? Aluminium can. Right? See the importance of the period, this reactivity series. Right? 72. Consider the following. This is the last one. Huh? Nucleus is present peripherally in cytoplasm. Side decay. Why a nucleus should be in a peripheral region? Huh? Why a nucleus should be in peripheral region? What is the reason? Because of the vacuole. If there is a large central vacuole, nucleus be in a site, peripheral nucleus. Right? Having a spherical cells with large central vacuole. Large central vacuole is there, ball shape of cells, spherical shape of cells. Right? No intercellular spaces. Right? When it comes to spherical shape, large central vacuole, it is parenchyma. You know, there are tissues, no? Plant tissues, temperate tissues, and permanent tissues. Temperate tissues means meristematic tissues. Apical meristem, integrated meristem, lateral meristem. Permanent tissues, two types. Simple permanent, complex permanent. Simple permanent means same type of cells together. Right? Okay. Example, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma, two types. Sclerides and fibers. Right? Complex permanent tissue cells, different type of cells together. Example, xylem and phloem. Xylem consists of xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers, xylem vessel elements, tracheids. Right? Phloem contains phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers, sieve tube elements, and companion cells. You have to know these. Right? Now, parenchyma's modified version is collenchyma. After collenchyma, interior lining is lignified, then it becomes the sclerenchyma, dead tissue. Harneder. Right. So spherical shape with large central vacuole nang parenchyma. Right. Peripheral nucleus nang parenchyma. Intercellular spaces are there in parenchyma. So no intercellular space means it should be collenchyma or sclerenchyma. Why? Collenchyma corners are thickened. Right. Sclerenchyma dead. එතකොට Above features of parenchyma is A and B. 72. Now the 28 questions are remaining. For the current time, right? Yeah, so they are today. His seminar is there, no? Right. What can we do? The thing is, listen. Shh. Right. Now, until this 72 questions, did you all understand? Is it all clear? Right. Overall, in the syllabus, we had a rotation. Right. Now, 22 remaining. The thing is, shh, in cycle revisions also, we are doing the same thing. Right. For online students, right, in cycle revision, we are doing the same thing. I think around 80 we finished. Next cycle, cycle 3, starting with 2018 paper. Haridhar, in cycle revision. So in that also we are discussing full papers. Online, if you want to join, you can join. That is 1 month, 1,000 rupees. Haridhar, our revision is on Friday, right? Dehiwala. It's up to you, right? You can decide these 3 months there. You have to decide what you're going to do, what you're going to become. Right? So don't miss. No matter how much theories you have done, if you didn't do concentrate on revisions properly, right, you won't be able to score that much. Hurry. Now, and two things I will tell you. Shh. We have the final 13-hour seminar on February 23rd. Almost that is fixed because March we can't put because of the fasting. 13. Eat a culling if anyone has problems with the theories from the beginning. First 35, the 35 chapters we cover with 10 episodes or 9 episodes. We do fast track, right? Fast tracks most probably starting from January first week, morning. Around 4 hours, like 3 to 4 hours will be taken, right? Then like that, there are 10 episodes, right? Per day, around 4 chapters will be finishing. We'll be covering 4 chapters. So likewise, it will take around 9 to 10 days to finish all the episodes. So we after finishing that 35 chapters in fast track, simultaneously we are doing the final seminar, 13-hour seminar, the target paper, right? This time also, but this time there's only 1 day, okay, for the seminar. Because last time I was doing 2 days seminar because it was the space wasn't enough. But after doing for 2 days, I got ill. Therefore, this time 13 hours seminar. So therefore, this time I'm not going to do 2 days, only 1 day. Only 1 day means only until it fills this hall only. Not doing anywhere else also. Right? So this hall I can fill around 140 maximum, right? So maximum 140 only can join for the physical seminar for the final 13-hour seminar. Haridhar. But before that, have a nice fast track preparation, right? I guess you see anywhere, almost most of the teachers they haven't released their science results for the last year except me and I think one person, right? That person also released 2 years exams results together, right? Not single year exam, but I every year I release my exam. You can see, right? What's the level? Okay, so that is also there. What kind of A's, B's, right? What's the percentage, right? Okay, half of the class more than that A, B's, right? Again, I have done something, right? Okay, that's up to you. The remaining is with you. You have to think and study science properly. Anyways, thank you for attending the seminar. Right? If you want to cover up the rest of the part, can try joining the cycle revision, and you can cover up. I tried my best to give maximum, but couldn't finish that. But almost 72 questions done. Right. Anyways, thank you. Boys, wait. Girls can go. Anyone who's staying for Shiav's seminar, stay here. Others can leave. No problem. First, girls can go. Yeah. Past paper. You gave? Who took the past paper? Two past paper books. Another one was there. Hmm? Wait, wait. Who's staying for the literature revision essay practice pattern, right? You can remain in same places, right? And thank you very much for the onlines, right? Who are there from the beginning to the end, right? Thank you. Bye. Boys, wait. Don't go.